Just started university, and my beautiful tutor turns out to be the mother of my child. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 626. Dress up for the event. The next morning, Zhang Yuxi knocked on the door. Second sister, I'm coming in, okay. Opening the door, Zhang Yuxi saw someone on the bed, and ran over happily. Ah, second sister, you're back. Yuxi hugged her sister. Good morning, Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi grinned. Good morning, second sister. Holding Yuxi and kissing her hard, I'll go see big brother. Zhang Yuxi knew that she was a girl and couldn't just go into a boy's room, so she played in Yuxi's room for a long time and came out. Knocked on the door to find big brother. Big brother, can I come in? Click, the door opened. Then she saw Yuxi looking at her with a smile. Good morning, Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi shouted, opened his arms for a hug. Big brother, hug. Yuxi picked up Zhang Yuxi. Have you washed your face? Have you brushed your teeth? Zhang Yuxi shook his head. No. Then brother will take you to brush your teeth and wash your face, okay? No, Zhang Yuxi has to go say hello to big brother. So, Yuxi held Zhang Yuxi and knocked on Sanbao's door. Sanbao had already washed up, and saw Zhang Yuxi taking it from Yuxi. When did you wake up? A long time ago. Zhang Yuxi hugged him and kissed him. I'm going to wash my face and brush my teeth. Sanbao nodded and handed Zhang Yuxi to Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi is 1.5 meters tall and doesn't need to stand on a small stool. Yuxi squeezed toothpaste for her, filled water, and watched Zhang Yuxi brush her teeth. Then he washed her face. Zhang Yuxi yawned and asked, when will the fourth brother come back? Yuxi said, Dad has already driven to pick him up. I guess he will be home soon. Zhang Yuxi was so happy. The house hasn't been so lively for a long time. Lin Feng made breakfast before picking up the fourth treasure. At this time, they came to the dining room one after another. Sanbao was serving Zhang Yuxi breakfast. You read it right, a 1.5 meter tall baby still needs to be fed. Exclamation mark. And Zhang Yuxi squinted his eyes as if enjoying all this. Yuxi and the others were used to it. Except for Zhang Yuxi who slept in, they were all here. Yuxi held his cheek and smiled. Zhang Yuxi has grown a lot taller. Do you want to be a model in the future? Zhang Yuxi thought about it like an adult. I'll consider it. Several people were talking and laughing, and Lin Feng and Sanbao came back. Yuxi exclaimed, oh my god, see brother has become much wider this time. Zhang Yuxi is a master of keeping things in check. He slid down from the chair and ran over. Dad is back. Thank you for your hard work. Muah. Lin Feng hummed, I'll go call your mother for dinner. Sanbao picked up Zhang Yuxi and his sunny smile was too dazzling. Good morning, Zhang Yuxi. Did you miss me? Zhang Yuxi gestured, I miss you so much. Sanbao smiled with satisfaction and asked with concern, do you see that C brother has become darker? He is very active in sun protection and strives to make himself white again. Zhang Yuxi nodded heavily. Sanbao brother has become whiter, so handsome. When Sanbao heard this, he felt that his previous efforts and the ridicule from his roommates were all worth it. In the dining room, the children ate and chatted. Here, Lin Feng went upstairs and sighed at his wife who was sleeping soundly. Yuxi, wake up. In places unknown to children, Zhang Yuxi is almost the same as the children. She rolled in front of Lin Feng and rested her head on his legs. Honey, have you picked up Sanbao? Lin Feng hummed, they are back. They are all having breakfast now. Today is Zhang Yuxi's graduation ceremony. Aren't you going to dress up? It takes a lot of effort for women to dress up. Half an hour is the basic step. If the makeup is exquisite, then an hour is needed for foundation. There are also clothes matching, bags matching, shoes and jewelry matching. Lin Feng thinks that girls are so hard. Zhang Yuxi woke up with a start when she heard what Lin Feng said. Yes, look at me, how could I forget this? What time is it now? It's almost 8 o'clock. Oh, no, it's too late. I'll bring you breakfast later. Thank you, husband, you are so good to me, I love you so much. Zhang Yuxi used to be reserved, but now she always tells Lin Feng that she loves him. More courage to express their feelings. Lin Feng smiled, go and clean up. Zhang Yuxi was not happy. Hubby, You didn't tell me that you love me too. Lin Feng asked back, don't you know whether I love you or not? But I want you to say it. Lin Feng nodded, yeah, I love you too. Lin Feng went downstairs, and the children had already finished their breakfast. He asked Xiaobiao to go back and change into graduation clothes and speech. Graduation clothes were distributed by the school, and the speech was also written by Xiaobiao himself, and some words that he didn't know were replaced by pinyin. Bao and Sanbao took Xiaobiao to change clothes. The little girl was grown up, and it was not convenient for her brother to help with these things. Sanbao changed Xiaobiao's clothes, and Bao took Xiaobiao's speech and spoke in the tone of his sister. Today, I, Lin Xiaobao, finally graduated from kindergarten. I am honored, and very happy. Because I will soon be in the first grade, and I will be 1 year older. Bao laughed while reading, and Xiaobiao pouted, don't laugh at me. Bao immediately explained seriously. I didn't laugh. I think Xiaobiao wrote very well. For example, the sentence I don't want to study, but this is the only way, I will work hard is great. And I hope I can grow up quickly so that I can do more things is also good. Xiaobiao was skeptical, really. Bao patted his chest to ensure that what he said was true. Sanbao held back his laughter, what your second sister said must be true, we have to believe her. Xiaobiao said, oh, but it looks a bit fake to me. Bao and Sanbao couldn't help laughing. Bao said, Xiaobiao, it's really good. There's nothing wrong with it except that the handwriting is ugly. Sanbao took a look, it's really ugly. But Xiaobiao has to flatter him. So Bao changed his tone and praised him again. But it's not easy for Xiaobiao to write so many words. Great. Sanbao agreed, yes, great. Xiaobiao smiled with satisfaction. Xiaobiao packed up, and his brothers and sisters also changed, and Zhang Yuxi also packed up. Bao and Sanbao were both wearing skirts, one black and the other sky blue. Dabao and Sibao were both dressed for summer. Zhang Yuxi wore a solid color long skirt and a set of pearls, and walked downstairs with a smile on her face. Xiaobiao was the first to exclaim, wow, Mom is so beautiful today. Bao followed closely, Mom, you have been here for so many years, we are all so old, but you haven't aged at all. Sanbao said with satisfaction, Mom, you are so beautiful. Sibao smiled, Mom, who will believe you when you say our mom when we go out? Dabao was mature and steady, with a restrained personality, and just smiled without saying a word. Looking at Lin Feng. Very ordinary dress, but can't resist his handsomeness. Just look at a group of handsome and pleasing to the eye. Bao sighed, tell me, our men are so good looking, how are we going to find boyfriends in the future? Zhang Yuxi rolled her eyes, you talk as if you already have a boyfriend. Bao quickly flattered, Mom, you are so beautiful even when you roll your eyes. Zhang Yuxi laughed and cried, you kid, you are getting more and more talkative. Bao cried out that he was wronged, I am telling the truth, okay. Chapter 627 This is my biological sister and brother for sure. The graduation ceremony was held in the school's playground, and it was very grand. There were 4 classes in total, with more than 100 people. All the parents who came to attend, the mothers dressed up and wore all the jewelry in the bottom of the box. However, some parents only slightly embellished themselves with jewelry just right. The status of the parents can be distinguished immediately. Others are parents, or grandparents. Only Xiaobiao came with a family of 7, which was a huge momentum. Moreover, the family's appearance is really amazing, and no one is dragging their feet. Xiaobiao is already a little celebrity in the school, and everyone knows her family conditions, so it is not surprising that the whole family came. However, there are still some shocks. Oh my god, how did she give birth to so many children? And each one is so outstanding and so beautiful? The mother should be in her 40s, why does she look like she is in her 30s? What skincare products does she use? I really want to know. Is this the father of the child? Are you sure he is not the child's brother? He is too young, right? This set of pearls is not cheap, he is indeed rich. How great would it be if I could become related to them? Well, there is a girl waiting to get married at home, and she is in good condition. I will ask her later. The teacher knew that their family would come, so he gave them enough chairs. After the principal finished speaking, it was the teacher's turn to represent the class, and then they presented graduation certificates and trophies to the children one by one. The last part was to take a group photo for each class. A shed was built outside the school, so the sun could not shine on it, but it was cool with the fan blowing. Zhang Yuxi, as a representative, went on stage to speak. Zhang Yuxi had seen big scenes before, and he went on stage with the demeanor of a little adult. Facing the microphone, he was not timid on the stage or on the stage. Good morning, grandparents, uncles, aunts, and classmates. I am Lin Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi was speaking on the stage, and Yuxi, who had read the speech, whispered in Yuxi's ear. Zhang Yuxi's handwriting is too ugly. Yuxi looked at the podium with a smile on his face. She is still young, it doesn't matter whether her handwriting is good or not. When Yuxi went to school, her handwriting was ugly, so she worked hard to practice handwriting. Now she has a good handwriting. Yuxi pouted, did I say words? Big brother, you are really a straight man. A science and engineering boy, really a straight man. In the family chat group, Yuxi is the topic terminator. After Zhang Yuxi's speech, the audience applauded. Then, one by one, they went on stage to receive graduation certificates and certificates. Yuxi took Zhang Yuxi's speech and returned it silently. Yuxi couldn't help laughing. Can you understand it? Yuxi said the same thing, it doesn't matter. They were all awarded according to the student number. There were more than 100 people, and it was also very fast. After the end, each class took a group photo. First, the students took a group photo, and then the parents of the students took a group photo together. Later, the parents took photos with their children. Anyway, today is all about taking photos. The school has teachers taking photos, and they will print out the photos and send them to the parents later. Influenced by the atmosphere, the family is so happy. Busy until noon, the teachers of each class organized the parents to have a meal together. These meals are paid by each family per person. The hotel is good, the scene is very warm, and the parents and children eat in the audience. The teacher mentioned the children's talent show. The children here are all good at singing and dancing, and have outstanding talents. There are exceptions, such as Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi knows nothing about music, her singing is a mess, and her dancing is barely acceptable. She is okay in sports. You say she is not good at everything, but she has dabbled in all aspects. But she is not proficient in any one of them. Seeing the children on the stage, they are good at all kinds of skills, but Zhang Yuxi eats happily, enjoying the caring care of Yuxi and Sanbao, and has no interest in talent shows. Based on the principle of not forcing, the family eats quietly. In this lively environment, their family seems a little abrupt. It seems that they really come to eat. I don't know which child shouted, asking Zhang Yuxi to perform a talent on the stage. Zhang Yuxi waved his hand, no, I want to eat shrimp. Then the other children started to make a fuss, and Zhang Yuxi sighed in a formal manner. Sanbao wiped her mouth and signaled, go, Pikachu. Zhang Yuxi went on stage, looking distressed, I'm not very good at singing and dancing. Someone said, just sing one. It looked like they would not give up unless Zhang Yuxi showed some talent today. Zhang Yuxi thought for a while, how about I sing a song of happy birthday? After that, he sang by himself. Just these few sentences over and over again. The expressions of the four treasures were quite wonderful and colorful. The previous show was too wonderful, and then Zhang Yuxi was so bad, why did the four treasures want to laugh? Yuxi is not afraid of trouble. Oh, not afraid of trouble, not sympathetic to Zhang Yuxi at all, and ruined the show in public. Zhang Yuxi, change 1. The conscienceless Sanbao also followed suit, change 1. The two of them took turns shouting, and the other children followed suit. Occasionally, there were a few parents who joined in the fun. Zhang Yuxi's face was dark, as if he wanted to re-examine their friendship. Zhang Yuxi suppressed her laughter, stop it, Zhang Yuxi's face has changed color. Yuxi laughed, give Zhang Yuxi something impressive, to add a strong touch to this graduation ceremony. Zhang Yuxi on the stage was forced to open his mouth, then I'll change to only mom is good in the world. Yuxi refused, this is too simple, change it. Zhang Yuxi thought about it, narrowed his eyes slightly, you forced me to do this. Yuxi raised his eyebrows, oh, there's a big move, come on. Zhang Yuxi immediately sang a scene. This is a role she played before, and the director edited it when she came back, so she didn't have the chance to meet the audience. But Zhang Yuxi still remembers the song. After singing the song, the audience applauded continuously. Raymond Lam said with emotion. Zhang Yuxi practiced this for half a month, and the crew specially found a teacher to teach him sentence by sentence. Later, due to the length of the movie, the director cut it out, and Raymond Lam was very regretful. Zhang Yuxi walked off the stage with a proud and confident look. I am also a capable person. Bao gave her a thumbs up. Zhang Yuxi is awesome. Zhang Yuxi smiled happily, not taking Bao and Bao's teasing seriously. Someone posted the video of Zhang Yuxi being forced to perform on the internet. Many netizens said, this is definitely her biological sister and brother. Ha ha ha, Zhang Yuxi's expression is so funny, just like me when relatives came to my house to perform talents during the Chinese New Year. Zhang Yuxi, it's time for me to use my ultimate move. The ultimate move is charging. To be honest, your singing is very accurate. Zhang Yuxi is great. Happy birthday 2333. Are you trying to make me laugh to death? This is an edited version of the movie The Boss. I am satisfied to hear Zhang Yuxi sing it now. Zhang Yuxi is awesome. Awesome. The damn good looks of the whole family are really enviable. Congratulations to Zhang Yuxi on his graduation. He is 1 year older. Ha ha ha. And he has to continue studying. Zhang Yuxi doesn't want to study, just like I don't want to work. The only difference is that he has brothers and sisters, but I have nothing. Chapter 628 Moving? After lunch, the graduation ceremony officially came to an end. The children gave the gifts they prepared in advance to the teachers who had accompanied them for 3 years. They were all flowers, greeting cards, hairpins, etc. They were not very expensive, but the thought was important. Zhang Yuxi gave each of the 3 teachers in the class a 2-carat blue diamond. This was what Zhang Yuxi asked Bao to bring back. The 3 teachers were flattered and said that the gifts were too expensive to accept. Zhang Yuxi bowed deeply to them. Thank you for your care in the past 3 years. Looking at the backs of Zhang Yuxi and his family going away, the 3 teachers were very moved. The next is summer vacation. This summer vacation, Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi to learn Taekwondo, and refused the teaching of Bao, Bao, Sanbao and others. Let you teach? I don't know when Zhang Yuxi will learn it. Forget it, you guys go and do your own things. Just kidding. One by one, they spoil Zhang Yuxi so much, but they are reluctant to be strict. If he cries and acts like a spoiled child, what's the point of learning? Even so, the 4 treasures still took the initiative to take care of Zhang Yuxi to learn Taekwondo. Lin Feng had nothing to worry about, so he left Zhang Yuxi to them and went to a world of 2 with Zhang Yuxi. He packed his luggage and went skiing, and invited Lan and others to go with him. Originally, they planned to have a few people, but in the end, more and more people were invited, and everyone who could go went. The 4 treasures and their peers planned to go to Senai to play in the water. So, as soon as Lin Feng left, the 4 treasures called and said they would go out to play for a week and then come back for class. Lin Feng was too lazy to say anything to them. They are all so old, so just go and play. During the summer vacation, when Zhang Yuxi heard that the 4 treasures were back and planned to bring Miffin to play with Zhang Yuxi. As a result, the family went to 2 places. When they were hesitant, Jo Killen said that she would look after the children for a few days and let Zhang Yuxi play with them. After all, the people who went there were adults, and the peers in the family went to Sanaya. It was always inconvenient for Zhang Yuxi to take the 3-year-old Miffin. Wen's mother was there, so she simply left the children to the elderly for a few days. In this way, Zhang Yuxi went skiing with Lin Feng and others. Without the children around to bother her, Lan was completely free. Lan accompanied her youngest son to take the college entrance examination some time ago. My God, she really treated him like an ancestor. Even if she had any emotions, she dared not show them, for fear of putting pressure on her youngest son. Since the 3rd year of high school, in Lan's words, after serving the little ancestor for a year, now let her son fend for himself. The test results came out, and they did well. Let Liu Bo live in the school tomorrow. Lan has been worrying about her child's study in the past few years. Now the big stone in her heart has fallen, and the family is not short of money. It's up to him to marry a wife and have children. Lan dressed up beautifully and began to sigh again when she sat on Zhang Yuxi's private plane. Looking back on the past, she has become a full-time mother. And Zhang Yuxi has become a prestigious principal. In comparison, she is not good enough. Now that the 2 sons have completely let go, she should also do some other work. In the past few years, with Liu Bo's career in full swing, The couple have fewer and fewer common topics. She believes in Liu Bo's feelings and will not do anything to let her down. But if this goes on, what's the use of feelings becoming a stagnant pool of water? Zhang Yuxi listened to Lin's complaints. Come on, I support you no matter what you do. Marriage and children have smoothed out Lan's edges. That outspoken girl has now become a middle-aged woman. She is really much happier than her bestie. So, Lin Feng cut a fruit and sent it over. He asked with his eyes, "Isn't Lan okay?" Zhang Yuxi shook her head, indicating that she was fine. A week later, Xia Abao returned to Yangcheng and officially took taekwondo classes. After 3 classes, Xia Abao complained about the hard work, and his face became more and more depressed. "Dad, can I not learn it?" Lin Feng thought it would be good for girls to learn this so that they can protect themselves when they go out in the future. Although Sanbao is weak now, it is not a problem for one person to fight 3 people. Lin Feng asked, "Okay, but if someone asks you to play a hero in the future, what will you do?" Xia Abao frowned and was in trouble. Xia Abao is a contradiction. Except for the effort in acting, she is lazy and only likes to play. Lin Feng wants to see if this method can encourage her to persist. After returning, Lin Feng arranged a performance for Xia Abao. The fight between Bao and Sabao was so handsome and beautiful that Xia Abao's eyes were wide open. "Wow, so awesome." Bao looked proud. "Of course, your second sister was the national taekwondo champion back then, what do you think?" Then he said, "Third sister, go." Don't be fooled by the fact that both of them are introverted and look very gentle. When they fight, they are very brutal. If you don't know, you would think they are enemies. Just now, Sabao gave in to Bao. She was not satisfied, so she asked Dabao to come. "Brother, play with me for a while." Dabao stood up and took off his gentle glasses, revealing a handsome face. Bao smiled. "Brother, don't be polite, just come. Just don't hit me in the face." In the middle of the fight, Bao saw that Dabao was showing mercy and got angry. "Brother, who are you looking down on?" As soon as he finished speaking, he was punched, which made Bao very happy. Yes, that's it. After the end, Xia Abao decided to learn taekwondo well and beat up bad guys in the future. Seeing this, Lin Feng asked the 4 treasures to decide who would send Xia Abao to learn. He cleaned up the yard. At this moment, a long-lost voice sounded. Ling. Because the host accompanied the child to graduate from college and fulfilled the responsibility of being a father, he was awarded a Chete villa. After staying in Yangcheng for such a long time, Lin Feng knew this place and originally planned to buy one after the children were older. Now that the children are older and it's time to fall in love, more guest rooms should be prepared. If I get married and go back to my parents' home in the future, this small manor will not be enough to live in. I had this intention, but I didn't expect the system to send their house directly. No, I just happened to have time, so I drove over to take a look. This is a house with 10 rooms, 5 halls and 8 bathrooms, with a total of 3 floors. Including the basement, the total area of the house is 2,500 square meters. Such a big house, Lin Feng felt that he might not have the physical strength to clean it, and whether he should find an aunt to help later. It happened to be time to change houses, and Lin Feng announced this at the dinner table that night. Move? Where to? Shi Taishan. Everyone thought this place was pretty good. So, Lin Feng took them to their new home, and they all thought such a big house was simply amazing. So, they immediately agreed to move. Lin Feng had mentioned buying a house to Zhang Yuxi before, and she asked in a low voice. Honey, isn't this house expensive? The houses in Shi Taishan all start at hundreds of millions. Zhang Yuxi felt that there was no need to buy another house, as their family already had enough houses. But after Lin Feng analyzed it with her, moving was not a bad idea. When the future in-laws came, the guest room could also accommodate them. Chapter 629 Poverty Limits My Imagination. So, the next day, the family packed up and started moving. What about the old house? Rent it out. If you don't want to rent it out, just leave it there. It's such a waste to leave it there. It's all money every day. Let's rent it out. The move took 3 days. Then Raymond Lam handed the house to his agent for management, and the family moved into the new house. He wanted to invite friends and relatives in Yangcheng to have a meal together. In the end, Zhang Yuxi decided to just invite Lan's family and Lin Jiajian's family to have a meal. The house was put up for rent online, and soon someone broke the news. They all suspected that Raymond Lam was going to go bankrupt, otherwise how could he rent out the house? Soon someone jumped out and made a fierce analysis. Many people believed that Raymond Lam was really poor, otherwise how could he let Xia Bao take on acting and endorsements? Faced with this, Raymond Lam's family sneered. Life is your own, let others say what they want. If others have money, it's in their own pockets. If you have money yourself, it won't bother them. Living your life well is the most important thing. And Lan also plans to buy a house this year, and her considerations are similar to those of Raymond Lam, all for the sake of the children's marriage. Poverty limits my imagination. And Lan said enviously while walking around. She asked again, now that the house is so big, you have to hire an aunt. Zhang Yuxi nodded, you must hire an aunt. I'm busy with work and can't help Raymond Lam with housework. And Lan smiled, yeah, just kidding, it's 2,500 square meters, and the yard outside is so big. Raymond Lam and the children were busy in the kitchen, and Liu Bo asked his two sons to go too. All the children in Lin Jiajian's family have already started working, and Raymond Lam deliberately chose the weekend when he didn't have to go to work. Lin Jiajian's eldest son has a girlfriend, the kind that gets married. Both parents have met, and everything is a natural outcome. He revealed to Raymond Lam. In the past few years that his eldest son has been working, because he has been living at home, he has saved all the money except for living expenses. The woman wants a dowry of 280,000 yuan, and then Lin Jiajian will sell another house of more than 90 square meters. What happens in the future depends on the young couple. As a father, he can only do this much? Lin Jiajian sighed. His two sons are not as good as the four treasures. He has the financial ability to buy a house, and his work ability is not good. He has to take care of everything, which is tiring. However, men restrain their tempers after marriage, and when they become fathers with responsibilities and obligations, they will let go completely. Liu Bo interrupted, and Lan says every day that I don't think about things, but in fact, I think the same as you. Lin Feng glanced at him, and Lan has not had an easy time over the years, so don't complain. Go and clear the table for dinner. Liu Bo. Look at them raising so many children, and their wives don't care about anything. All the big and small things at home are handled in an orderly manner, and he has never complained. In comparison, Liu Bo had no temper and could only go to clear the table dejectedly. Seeing his eldest son playing with his mobile phone, he was furious. What are you playing for? Come and clean up the table. Dad, I'm not playing with my phone. I'm replying to the company's news in the group. That crappy company doesn't make much money, and there's so much work to do every day. Dad, I've learned a lot at the company. Forget it, you don't like to hear it, and I don't like to say it either. Ask your mom to come down for dinner. Okay. The dining table is very big, just like eating in a hotel. After dinner, the two families went to sleep here. Lin Jiajian, Lin Feng and Liu Bo played cards, and the children played by themselves. For a while, it was very harmonious and happy. But online, it was different. After Bao logged into her account, she found that many people added her. If she could tolerate it, she would not be Bao. She posted a dynamic. Oh, our family is not bankrupt, thank you for the concern of some people. Also, our family is not bankrupt, because we moved to a new house, so we rented out the empty house. That's all, don't speculate too much and analyze it, it will all be a joke in the end. If it were in the past, Bao would definitely take pictures of the new house and send them out. But she is already a mature and stable girl with a bad temper. She did nothing but posted a location in her dynamics. Then, the almighty little cuties quickly revealed that their home was indeed in Shete Mountain. Because someone took photos of them moving. If Mingai Villa is the flagship of Michang Villas, then Shete Mountain is the flagship of Yangchang Villas. The lowest villas built here are worth hundreds of millions. How can they not lose money? It is obvious that they have made money and moved to a more luxurious home. All those self-righteous posts were deleted. Horizontal ellipsis. Chapter 630. Let's buy a car together. Shete Villa is far from the city center, and it takes about half an hour to drive there. There are gains and losses, but the environment here is really amazing. So, for the convenience of travel, Lin Feng plans to buy a car for each of his children. As early as during the summer vacation of his sophomore year, they got their driver's licenses. Bao waved his hand, looking like a rich sister. Dad, we will buy the car ourselves, so you don't have to pay. Lin Feng smiled faintly. I know you have money, This car is a gift from Dad to you for college. Erbao, who is greedy for money, said immediately. Dad, if that's the case, then I won't be polite. Lin Feng just smiled and went to buy a car with his wife and children. They had already made up their minds about what kind of car to buy, and went directly to the specialty store to pick up the car. Dabao was mature and steady, and bought a 7-seater SUV, which cost about 800,000 yuan and looked very low-key. Erbao bought a red Jeep, which had 5 seats and cost about 1.2 million yuan. Sanbao bought a newly launched sky blue coupe with smooth lines and a total price of about 600,000 yuan. Sibao bought a Hummer, which was much bigger than Erbao's Jeep. It was also green and flamboyant, and the price was close to 1.5 million. All these cars were bought in one store. If they didn't have any in their store, they would go to other stores to pick them up. They sold 4 cars at once, and they were grinning from ear to ear. Their enthusiastic attitude almost made them worship Lin Feng as their ancestor. After the transfer procedures and insurance are completed, they can also make a lot of money. Wife, do you want a new car? Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi shook her head. No, my car can still be driven. Zhang Yuxi's car has been driven for more than 10 years without any problems. She wanted to change the car, but she couldn't bear to think of the car that could still be driven for a few more years, so she simply didn't change it. Erbao was happy. Mom, what car do you want to buy? We will pay for it for you. Zhang Yuxi still shook her head. No, my car can still be driven. Seeing her insistence, the children didn't say anything else. Along the way, 4 new cars drove on the road, attracting a lot of attention from passers-by. Especially the Hummer and the big Jeep. Now that we have a car, we can go for a ride. Zion Abao also wants to go for a ride in the new car. Sibao patted the steering wheel. Zion Abao, come to Sage. Zion Abao got into Sibao's car without any hesitation. Zhang Yuxi was worried and told them, drive slowly. Looking at the 4 cars driving away, Zhang Yuxi's frown never relaxed, still worried. Lin Feng comforted her, the children have graduated from college, and driving will be a daily routine in the future. Just practice more and you will be able to go on the road. Zhang Yuxi knew this was the truth, but as a mother, she always worried about this and that when her children were not around. The places they went for a ride were all places with few people. Zion Abao sat in the safety seat, looking around happily. The 4 treasures cars all had child safety seats installed, but Zion Abao was 6 years old, so it was actually not necessary. But the 4 treasures still emphasized the installation, so that they could rest assured. Back home, Lin Feng prepared dinner and waited for the children to come back. Zhang Yuxi came out of the study. They haven't come back yet. Lin Feng brought a cut fruit over. No, they said it would take more than 10 minutes. The 4 treasures left at 4 in the afternoon and didn't come back until 8 or 9 in the evening. They had a great time. After dinner, Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi to take Zion Abao to bed first, and he chatted with the children. Zion Abao didn't go upstairs with his chin in his hand. He lay on the sofa, resting his head on his father's legs and playing with toys. From time to time, his feet kicked on his big brother Dabao. It was already mid-August, and they had been playing at home for more than a month. It was time to ask the 4 treasures about their plans. Dabao crossed his fingers. I have decided to join the Chinese Academy of Sciences, and I will go there in September. This matter was mentioned to Lin Feng. So he nodded as expected, and asked Erbao again. Erbao teased Zion Abao's feet through Dabao. I have time now, and I will make my company bigger and stronger. Zion Abao was having fun, and instinctively kicked with his feet, landing on Dabao one by one. Sanbao decided to go for further studies. Sibao, needless to say, the national team will continue to take care of him. Lin Feng knew what was going on. Everything is fine. Erbao asked with a smile, Dad, are we annoying you at home, so you can't wait to drive us away? Lin Feng glared at her. I have brought you up since you were young. When have I ever felt annoyed? Then he changed the subject. It doesn't matter if you rely on me for the rest of your life, as long as you feel comfortable with it. Erbao and Sibao quickly said, we feel comfortable with it. Lin Feng waved his hand unhappily. Then you are too shameless. After saying that, he picked up Zion Abao, who was already dozing off, and said, I'm taking Zion Abao to bed. You should also go to bed early. The 4 treasures said in unison, good night, Dad. Good night, Zion Abao. Zion Abao said goodnight in Lin Feng's arms in a daze. In a blink of an eye, It was the end of August, and it was time to register for Zhang. This school was where the four treasures had been before. Class 7, Grade 1, was Zhang's class, and Teacher Zhao was the head teacher, teaching mathematics. What a coincidence, it was the same Teacher Zhao who had taught before. Teacher Zhao was stunned when she saw Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi. "You are still so young, and you look the same." Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi had no way to answer this question. Zhang Yuxi, who is now the principal, is also a smooth person. She said sincerely, "Teacher, Zhang will be in your hands from now on." Teacher Zhao quickly said, "It's my duty." After the admission procedures were completed, the parent-teacher meeting followed. Lin Feng held a parent-teacher meeting, and Zhang Yuxi took Zhang around the school and told the stories of the four treasures in this school. After the parent-teacher meeting, Lin Feng took the textbooks to the canteen outside to buy book covers. The pencil case, school bag, pencils, and erasers were all ready, and the only thing left was to wrap the book covers. Back home, Lin Feng cooked, and Zhang Yuxi and Zhang wrapped the book covers together. Then, watching Zhang crookedly write the three words Lin Zhang. It was so ugly that she couldn't bear to look at it, and Zhang Yuxi pursed her lips. After all this, the four treasures came back. Some played with Zhang, some came to help in the kitchen, and some were busy working. Zhang Yuxi, who went upstairs, heard Erbao laughing at Zhang. "Ha ha ha, Zhang, your handwriting is ugly and unique." Zhang Yuxi. Erbao showed it to others. "Look at Zhang's handwriting, ha ha ha, it's too ugly." Zhang said unconvincedly. "The teacher said I have made great progress." Sanbao praised Zhang. "Yes, it doesn't matter if our handwriting is ugly, as long as it can be seen." "What kind of perverse logic is this?" Dabao said gently. "That's right, it's good to have progress, and it will be more and more beautiful in the future." Sibao came over to take a look. "If you didn't say it was Lin Zhao, I would have thought it was Mumu Zhao." Erbao laughed. "You know what, it really looks a bit like it." Zhao pursed his lips, snorted, and didn't care. "Anyway, her handwriting is ugly, this is a fact." Even her deskmate laughed at her. Chapter 631 The Envied Little Treasure. Zhao was eating fruit by herself, and she said something shocking. "Dad, I went to my second sister's room last night and saw her chatting with a super handsome brother." Lin Feng, who was cutting vegetables, stopped and turned to look at Erbao. Everyone else looked over. Erbao's laughter stopped abruptly, and he quickly explained, "He's my classmate, not the kind of relationship you think." Zhao ate fruit leisurely. "That brother is super handsome." Erbao nodded seriously. "Yes, he is handsome, we are just friends." Sibao raised his eyebrows and smiled. "Really?" Erbao saw their expressions and knew what they were thinking without having to guess. She was speechless and told some truth. "He was pursuing me, but I didn't agree." Sibao was about to speak, but she interrupted him quickly. "Don't tell me that no one pursued you during college." Lin Feng saw the four treasures who were collectively silent. "What's wrong? Can't we talk about this topic?" "What are you thinking?" "He is also a very open-minded father, okay? He said he would not force them, so what's wrong? Can't you just eat a melon by yourself?" "Alice, I am old after all, and there is a generation gap between me and the children." Lin Feng turned his head and continued to cut vegetables. Erbao went over and gently pinched Zhao's chubby little face. "Well, Zhao has learned bad things." Zhao smiled and fed a piece of fruit, saying in a flattering way, "Second sister, eat this, it's super sweet." Seeing that Zhao is so cute, this matter will be forgiven for the time being. The next day, Zhao went to school. The whole family sent her to school, adding up to a total of 6 cars. After getting off the car, Zhao came to the classroom surrounded by her parents and 4 older brothers and sisters. The first-grade classrooms are all on the first floor, which is easy to find. Zhao carried his school bag and waved reluctantly. His eyes were red. There is no cafeteria here, so the children go home for lunch at noon. It takes more than 40 minutes to drive back and forth, and Lin Feng's time becomes tight. After Zhao officially goes to school, Dabao will go to the Chinese Academy of Sciences in Beijing to work and study. Sibao will also return to Beijing, and the 2 brothers will return to Beijing together. Originally, they were supposed to leave at the end of August. I have delayed it until now just to send Zhao to school on the first day. The most important thing for Bao in September is to deal with the company's matter. Bao has a performance in September and will leave tonight. After Bao goes to elementary school, it is definitely not the same as in kindergarten. There is a sense of seriousness everywhere. There are no toys, no stickers, and the tables, chairs and benches are all placed neatly. There were only 30 students in the class, but now there are more than 60, and the noise makes Bao a little uncomfortable. At first, the teacher did not arrange seats, and everyone sat wherever they wanted. Bao is also a celebrity. She is beautiful, the skirt she wears is also beautiful, and the hairpins and bracelets she wears are also beautiful. Many little girls came over and wanted to be friends with her. Of course, there are also many boys who said they have seen Bao's drama. Bao is still able to handle this kind of situation with ease. She distributed the snacks prepared by Lin Feng and the small toys prepared by Zhang Yuxi to the classmates one by one. Now, no one in the class dislikes Bao, and he has become the center of the class. Wait for the bell to ring. The teacher came in and rearranged the seats based on the way the tall ones are tall and the short ones are short. Bao, who is 1.5 meters tall, is tall in the class, but not the tallest. Naturally, Bao sat in the last row. Then, Teacher Zhao introduced herself, and as the head teacher, she began to select the monitor, deputy monitor, group leader, etc. Bao looked at several classmates who participated enthusiastically, but was not interested and flipped through the math textbook. At the beginning, the teacher randomly selected them, and later it depended on their performance and grades. Seeing Bao's indifference, Teacher Zhao even asked her if she wanted to run for election. Bao smiled slightly and said no. Seeing this, Teacher Zhao said nothing more. A male monitor, female deputy monitor, group leaders, etc. were selected. This class was almost over, and the next one was Chinese class. The Chinese class was taught by a young and beautiful female teacher, who came up to call the roll to introduce the students. The Chinese teacher saw Bao and smiled slightly. Sit down. Next one, Li Shanshan. Who is Li Shanshan? Stand up and let the teacher see. In the morning, it was all math, Chinese, math and Chinese, and there was a physical education and art class in the afternoon. After school, Teacher Zhao organized the class to line up and go to the school gate. It was the 4 children who came to pick up Bao. After sending Bao off, they never went back. There were 4 cars among the 4 children. Bao liked to ride in the 4 children's Hummer the most because it had a good view. You said they were twins, but they only looked 3/4 similar, and each had their own characteristics. When queuing up to pick up the children, Bao stood in the crowd. With her noble temperament and beautiful looks, she became the most beautiful one. Others were chatting about their memories of this school under the tree. Soon, it was Bao's class turn. From a distance, you could see Bao, who stood out from the crowd and was so beautiful that she was beyond description. Bao waved, third sister, third sister. Bao, who was playing with her phone coldly just now had a gentle look on her face. I'm here. She couldn't wait to pick up Bao from school, and picked her up at once. Bao giggled, is it heavy? Bao waited, not heavy, sister can hold it. Seeing this, Bao took it from Bao's hand naturally, let me do it. After a while, Bao took it, let me do it, I'll take the 4th brother's car later. Bao held Bao's hand and asked, how is the class today? Bao yawned, not bad. She had learned the knowledge in these books in the 3rd grade class. Maybe because of this, she felt a little bored this morning, but the teacher was very strict. Bao took out the prepared snacks and fed them to her. We will be home soon, take a nap at noon. Bao nodded, lay on the 4th brother's shoulder, yawning. With 4 brothers and sisters doting on her, all the classmates were envious. Some brothers thought, why does my brother only snatch food from me? And bully me? Do I have a fake brother? Some sisters thought, why does my sister only order me around? And fight for my things? Do I have a fake sister? Students who don't have brothers or sisters, go back and ask your mothers to give you a brother or sister soon. Chapter 632, Am I Struggling? Bao sat in the car and was refreshed. After driving for more than 20 minutes, they returned home and Lin Feng had already prepared the meal. Wash your hands and eat. Bao washed her hands and sat on her own bench. Lin Feng asked her how she felt today. Bao said frankly, I am very tired, and I can't talk casually. The teachers are very strict. Lin Feng explained, because you are all big babies, you must study hard and learn knowledge. Xiaobao said, yawning while eating. The nearest Sanbao picked up the bowl and fed Xiaobao, eat quickly, take a rest after eating and take a nap. Xiaobao smiled, thank you, Sanji. Lin Feng was so angry. He was embarrassed to say that his daughter was in the first grade of elementary school and still needed someone to feed her. It was so embarrassing. Lin Feng's face was ugly, and Xiaobao was also smart. After eating a few bites, he said he would do it himself. Lin Feng's face looked better. After eating, he rested for a while and went to bed at 1 o'clock. Now he takes a nap alone and doesn't need anyone to accompany him. But a child with brothers and sisters is a treasure. Sanbao carried her upstairs and coaxed her to sleep. Lin Feng couldn't bear to watch. Who of you will wash the dishes? After saying that, he went to do something else. Dabao stood up and said, I'll wash it. Sibao also stood up and said, I'll help. In their family, girls are here to protect, and housework is often done by 2 boys. In the past, the children were still young, and Lin Feng took turns doing housework with the 4 children for fairness. Now that the children are older, let them discuss it themselves. Lin Feng went upstairs to the study and busy himself with his work. Sanbao told Xiaobao that they were leaving tonight. Xiaobao was reluctant. When will you be back? Sanbao's soft voice was doting. Third sister will be back when she is free. Xiaobao nodded. Then third sister, please be safe and take care of yourself. Sanbao nodded. Xiaobao said again, remember to bring me a gift. Sanbao tapped Xiaobao's nose. Of course, I will forget Xiaobao no matter who I forget. Xiaobao chuckled. Sanbao coaxed her, go to sleep. Xiaobao blinked her big eyes. I can't sleep. How about Sanji play the violin for me? Oh, you even asked for service? Sanbao took the violin and was bumped into by Lin Feng, who said nothing. Xiaobao closed her eyes while enjoying it and gradually fell asleep. Only Xiaobao could enjoy this kind of service from this genius in the music industry. Xiaobao fell asleep, and Sanbao tiptoed out. Except for Sibao, who was energetic and went swimming, everyone else took a nap. Class started at 2:30, and Sibao came to wake up Xiaobao. Patting Xiaobao's butt, Xiaobao, get up for class. Xiaobao rolled over, turned his back to him, and muttered, no, I still want to sleep. Sibao glanced at the time. I can't sleep anymore, it's almost 2 o'clock. Xiaobao seemed to move a little, and then there was no movement. He probably fell asleep again. Then Erbao and Sanbao came over, and Dabao came too. With so many people around, Xiaobao couldn't fall asleep even if he wanted to. He rubbed his sleepy eyes and was taken by Sanbao to wash his face to refresh himself. Then he combed his hair, braided it, changed his clothes. After all the busy work, Xiaobao finally felt refreshed and remembered that he was in elementary school. Erbao sighed. You said, it's so hard to raise a child. How did Dad take care of the 4 of us? Xiaobao was sharp-eared and asked immediately, is it hard for me? Erbao smiled. Of course it's not hard. Tell me, how much time did we spend waking you up? You lazy pig, you just know how to sleep. Xiaobao pouted, but I'm really sleepy. After sending Xiaobao to school, the 4 children found a place to play and wait for school to end. When Xiaobao returned to the classroom, his classmates surrounded him, all with envy. Xiaobao, your brothers are so handsome. Your sister is also super beautiful. My sister always bullies me. Will your brothers and sisters bully you? I also hope to have so many brothers and sisters. I asked my mother to give birth to a child, but she said she couldn't. She was so sad. My brother is so ugly and always bullies me. Can we change him? In the art class in the afternoon, the teacher asked the students to draw any kind of fruit. Xiaobao drew a black apple and a green banana. The teacher casually asked, is this a black plum? Xiaobao shook his head. This is a black apple. The teacher was surprised. Why is it a black apple? Xiaobao, is it poisonous? This is for Snow White to eat. The teacher was stunned. But in this case, how could Snow White eat it? Xiaobao said as a matter of course, Snow White will think it is a black plum. Teacher, I think you are saying that I am stupid, but I have no evidence. Then the teacher asked about the green banana. Is this a cucumber? Xiaobao, this is a green banana, not ripe. That expression seemed to say, "Ah, teacher, you don't even know this?" Teacher. Chapter 633 Urbeo's Studio. After school in the afternoon. Zhang Yuxi sighed heavily outside the school gate. Seeing Zhang Yuxi like this, the four treasures all laughed. Unlike Zhang Yuxi, who was born not to like studying, the four treasures had no resistance to learning. On the contrary, they liked the joy brought by learning and never put any pressure on themselves. Zhang Yuxi drooped his little face. What should I do? I'm only in the first grade, and it will take many years before I graduate from college. Just think about it, it's really scary. Sibeo picked up Zhang Yuxi and said unkindly, "What? Just hold on and it will pass." Sibeo's academic performance is the worst among the four. His physical fitness makes up for this. He is the best among the four, full of energy, and no one can match him. Zhang Yuxi sighed again. I need comfort. The brothers and sisters asked very tactfully, "What do you want?" Zhang Yuxi said seriously, "I think chocolate and ice cream can comfort me." With these two things, Zhang Yuxi's mood was a little better. When he got home, Zhang Yuxi saw Dabeo, Sibeo, and Sanbeo's suitcase. They are all leaving tonight. Zhang Yuxi, who was originally in a good mood, is unhappy again. Urbeo said with a smile, "Second sister will be at home with you. Are you happy?" Zhang Yuxi answered seriously, "Although I am happy, every brother and sister is different. Brothers and sisters are independent individuals. Although love is the same, the feeling is completely different." Zhang Yuxi was admonishing like a little adult at the dinner table. "You must take good care of yourselves. I will visit you when I have a holiday in the future. When you are free, you should also come back early, okay?" Dabeo nodded. Brother is not far from Beijing. Come back to see Zhang Yuxi when you have time. Sibeo hurriedly said, "Let's come back together." Sanbeo just nodded. Zhang Yuxi said again, "When you come back, remember to buy me a gift. Anything is fine, the thought is the most important." This made everyone laugh. After dinner, Zhang Yuxi insisted on going with Raymond Lam to send the brothers to the airport. Raymond Lam will find a shipping company to transport Dabeo and Sibeo's car to Beijing. Originally, they wanted to drive to Beijing, but Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi unanimously opposed it. Just kidding, they are worried about driving for a whole day and a whole night. It's not like the family is short of that little bit of freight money. It was already 9:30 when they got home. Lin Feng casually asked, "Do you have homework tonight?" Zhang Yuxi thought about it, and her face suddenly changed. It seems that there is homework. Now the class group does not allow homework, and Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi don't know what homework is. I thought that the school did not leave homework on the first day of school. Lin Feng asked, "What is the homework?" Zhang Yuxi pursed his lips. "Write the numbers from 1 to 10, each in a row. Write 4 rows of A, and 1 row for each tone." Lin Feng looked at the time. "Hurry up, Dad will boil water for you to wash your feet." Zhang Yuxi pursed his lips and hurried to look through his school bag to finish his homework. As a teacher, Zhang Yuxi really couldn't stand Zhang Yuxi's tricks. But even if her daughter has a bad attitude towards studying, she can't beat her, right? Zhang Yuxi came over and frowned, arranged the books, and separate the homework books and classwork books. Zhang Yuxi seemed not to hear, found the homework book, and started to do it. Zhang Yuxi took a look and couldn't help but said, "Zhang Yuxi, can you write neatly? The A you wrote looks like an O, and where's the tail?" Zhang Yuxi stretched the tail, and it looked like a Q. Zhang Yuxi found an eraser and erased the ugly ones one by one. Zhang Yuxi was dumbfounded. Her efforts just now were almost in vain. Her eyes turned red and she was about to cry. Zhang Yuxi said with a stern face, "Don't cry. If you don't write well in the future, Mom will erase everything for you." Zhang Yuxi burst into tears. Zhang Yuxi didn't mean to coax her, but just spoke lightly. "I will only give you half an hour. If you can't finish it, I will let you go to bed and you are not allowed to make up your homework." Zhang Yuxi stopped crying when he heard it, and quickly wiped his tears with his sleeves. He began to write seriously. Zhang Yuxi watched from the side. This time he made great progress. She was actually very busy and had a lot of work to do. Lin Feng watched from the side. If he went up to help, Zhang Yuxi would definitely regard him as a backer. Some things at home require one person to play the good cop and the other to play the bad cop. Zhang Yuxi didn't like studying to begin with. If he doesn't even have a correct attitude when doing his homework, he will definitely have many problems in his studies in the future. Finally, Zhang Yuxi finished his Chinese homework. Zhang Yuxi was quite satisfied. You see, as long as you write carefully, you can still write well, right? Zhang Yuxi was doing his math homework. Zhang Yuxi supervised him as usual, and flipped through the textbooks. Then, she saw that in the Chinese textbook, Zhang Yuxi was drawing on the book for a little kid. He put a small flower on the kid's head, drew wings on the rooster, and put a necklace on the goose, turning it into a beautiful white swan. Zhang Yuxi's forehead bulged. Then she stood up and walked to Lin Feng as if nothing had happened, complaining coquettishly. "Hubby, look at what your baby daughter has done." Lin Feng took it curiously and looked at it, then smiled. "Well, she's quite talented." Seeing that Zhang Yuxi was unhappy, Lin Feng comforted her. "It's okay. When we were in school, we drew all over our textbooks. Now we still miss them. Zhang Yuxi is not very interested in studying. We should not force him. Let everything take its course." Zhang Yuxi pursed her lips with a helpless look on her face. Zhang Yuxi finished his math homework and Zhang Yuxi took a look. She erased the ugly parts and Zhang Yuxi filled them in. Finally, Zhang Yuxi finished it and felt that it was too difficult for him. After washing up, Lin Feng said goodnight and closed the door. One night, things were a bit awkward. The couple unanimously decided to sleep in separate rooms. Zhang Yuxi was brave, so Lin Feng did some ideological work for her and asked the teacher to do some work. In this way, Zhang Yuxi did not cry or to make a fuss and cooperated very well. Children always have some surprises for parents. The next day, Yuxi sent Zhang Yuxi to school. Now that Yuxi is at home, she is responsible for sending Zhang Yuxi to school in the morning. "Goodbye, second sister." Zhang Yuxi waved. Yuxi smiled slightly and waved goodbye. At this time, an old man came over to say hello to Yuxi. "Little girl, do you have a boyfriend?" This was not the first time Yuxi had encountered such a thing. "I have a boyfriend." The old man did not show any disappointment. "It doesn't matter. My grandson is very good. He is an international student. Hey, don't leave." Before the old man finished speaking, Yuxi left without looking back. Back home, Yuxi talked about her desire to rent a studio. Later, Lin Feng suggested that there were so many rooms in the house that she could use one as a studio. Working at home, Lin Feng could also take care of Yuxi's 3 meals a day. It would also be okay to move out when the studio becomes bigger. The suggestion was good, but after Yuxi considered it again and again, she decided to rent a studio outside. Because she was going to recruit people right now, and she could start work after the training was almost done. Seeing that Yuxi insisted, Lin Feng did not say anything else. 3 days later, Yuxi rented a floor as her office. Yuxi's company had been registered before, and now it was just moving, and it officially looked like a company. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 634. No one knows a daughter better than her father. In a blink of an eye, tomorrow is Teacher's Day. Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi, "Have you prepared a Teacher's Day gift for the teacher?" Zhang Yuxi answered while doing his homework, "I don't know what to give yet." Lin Feng suggested, "How about giving a greeting card you made yourself, or bouquet of flowers?" Zhang Yuxi thought it was something innovative since they give these gifts every year. "Dad, how about giving a fruit gift basket?" Lin Feng thought this was a good suggestion. "Then we'll go buy it after you finish your homework." Looking at the several fruit gift baskets in the trunk, he will accompany Zhang Yuxi to give them tomorrow. Yuxi will be fine tomorrow, so he said he would give Zhang Yuxi a gift. Lin Feng asked back, "Can you get up?" Yuxi didn't feel embarrassed. "Don't worry, I will definitely get up tomorrow." The next day, Yuxi got up 10 minutes later, ate breakfast in a hurry, and sent Zhang Yuxi to school wearing a baseball cap. Zhang Yuxi thought Yuxi's baseball cap was nice, and asked casually, "Why are you wearing a hat today?" Yuxi smiled, "Mom, do you want to hear the truth or a lie?" Zhang Yuxi was curious. Is there a truth or a lie when wearing a hat? No one knows a daughter better than her father. Lin Feng cleaned up the dishes. "The truth is that I didn't wash my hair, so I covered it with a hat." Yuxi couldn't help but give a thumbs up. "Dad, you guess it right." Lin Feng urged her, "Hurry up and send Zhang Yuxi to school." I have to give a gift today, so I have to go early. Erbao picked up Xiaobao and went to the garage. Don't worry, I won't be late. Zhang Yuxi reminded her, don't worry, drive slowly. Turning to Lin Feng, she complained about Erbao. Husband, Erbao is too lazy now. Lin Feng only agreed halfway and comforted his wife. Some of Erbao's problems are due to her own reasons, and some are because she is too busy at work. Many things are not on the right track. Look, the people recruited by the company are all new, and they have been busy with training these days. It just ended yesterday. Zhang Yuxi said, and suddenly realized that she knew too little about Erbao. Seeing her dazed expression, Lin Feng reminded her that it was time to go to work. Children are grown up and have their own ideas. They can tell us some things, but they don't have to. She didn't tell me about this either. I only found out about it from her circle of friends. Zhang Yuxi came back to her senses, got up and took her bag to go to work. It was the end of September when Raymond Lam received a call from abroad. The other party was an assistant director who invited Xiaobao to guest star in their movie, playing a little princess from an alien planet. The director was quite famous. His movies had won Oscars and Golden Globes, and top domestic superstars had worked with him. Raymond Lam was surprised that the other party would find Xiaobao. Xiaobao has been focusing on his studies during this period, and there has been little news about Xiaobao in the entertainment industry. Moreover, they didn't have to have Xiaobao. The other party explained that Xiaobao's temperament and appearance were very consistent with the setting of the novel. Raymond Lam only then knew that it was an adaptation of the novel. The other party implicitly stated that if the first part performed well and this popular IP was launched, the two sides would cooperate for a long time. The other party gave Raymond Lam 3 days to consider. During these 3 days, Raymond Lam made up for the novel and found out that it actually had 18 parts. As a must-read book for science fiction fans, it has dominated the bestseller list for a month and has tens of millions of fans. A long time ago, a company wanted to start this big IP. It was rumored for a year or two and finally came to nothing. It was only in the last 1 or 2 months that the IP project was restarted. In addition to the director, there are many different opinions about the characters in the play. Fans are looking forward to it and leave messages on the official website. Some recommend their idols, some recommend their relatives, some recommend themselves, and some recommend other actors. Raymond Lam occasionally pays attention to news in the entertainment industry. This matter is so big that it is hard for him not to know. But I didn't expect that they would find Xiaobao. In these 18 novels, Princess Eugene went from a 5-year-old little princess of a defeated country to a queen of restoration step by step. She is not only smart and has thunderous means, but also has a super high appearance. She is the goddess in the hearts of many men. In this novel Star Wars, she is the most popular female character besides the heroine. Compared with the heroine's occasional saint, she always keeps a cool head and chooses the side that is beneficial to her. Her wisdom and means are second only to the two bosses in the book. After hearing Eugene's story, Xiaobao decided to play the role immediately. The next night, Raymond Lam gave the other party a reply. The other party said to wait for news. After a long time, there was no news from the other party. The internet has already started discussing who will play the role of Eugene. According to the setting, she is only 5 years old now. Xiaobao looked forward to it for a long time, and found that there was no news, which made her a little disappointed. Raymond Lam comforted his daughter and planned to take her to Erbao's company to have a look. Hello, I'm Claire, sorry to contact you now. It's okay. We will officially announce in 5 minutes that Lin Xiaobao will play the role of Eugene. I hope you can respond. Okay. Also, I will send you an email later, please check it. Okay. After hanging up the phone, Raymond Lam looked at Xiaobao with a smile. We may have to wait a while before going to see the sisters. Dad has some work to do. Also, they have decided to let you play the role of Eugene. Xiaobao jumped up happily. Great. During this time, Raymond Lam bought Xiaobao the comic version of Battle of the Stars. She likes the role of Eugene very much. As Xiaobao's father and part-time agent, Raymond Lam registered accounts in the name of Xiaobao on various platforms. Erbao usually takes care of this. He posts some selfies of Xiaobao in daily life every now and then, and has gained a lot of fans. There are 6 million fans on several domestic platforms, but only more than 200,000 fans abroad. The official website announced that the role of Eugene will be played by Zaya Abeo. An ad at Zaya Abeo's account. Raymond Lam also responded. A stone stirs up 1,000 waves. Many fans abroad know nothing about Zaya Abeo. Lin Zaya Abeo? Who? Why don't I know him? She should not be famous, otherwise why haven't I heard of her? I know her, I've seen her videos, she's a cute girl. I came to Zaya Abeo's account with many questions and was attracted by this white and chubby little cute baby. Wow, bye so cute. I really want to hug her. In the novel, Eugene was very thin at the beginning. Is it okay to be so fat? Lose weight. Fat Eugene, I don't know why I want to laugh. Although she is cute, she is not the Eugene in my mind. My daughter is the best. I don't know how her acting is. Don't ruin my lovely Eugene. If you do, I will be sad. It is normal for foreign comments to be mixed. But in China, fans and passers-by are going crazy. First of all, it is worth bragging that she has been favored by Oscar-level directors at such a young age. Moreover, the male and female leading actors are both hot stars abroad. It is rare for many actors to be able to work with them. Finally, to be able to participate in this popular science fiction theme, the resources must be heaven level. Many people think that Zaya Abeo can get such good resources. It is entirely because of Lin Feng, a rich father. Some people who don't like it jumped out. Come on, even if his father is rich, he just has this channel. The director is not a fool. It is not Zaya Abeo's father who has the final say on whether he can act or not. Why can't Zaya Abeo get this role because of his ability? It has to be linked to money. Zaya Abeo's acting skills are obvious to all. It is unexpected but reasonable that he got this role. Have you read the novel, idiot? The description of Eugene in the novel is very consistent with Zaya Abeo. The director has a good eye. Zaya Abeo, go for it. Mom supports you. Those stupid things, no matter what, everything is linked to money, let's ignore them. Haha, what's wrong with Zaya Abeo's father being rich? What's wrong with giving Zaya Abeo this resource? Isn't Zaya Abeo's ability here? I don't believe it. Fans all sent congratulations. I hope Zaya Abeo's career can reach a higher level and become internationally famous. No matter what the comments outside, Raymond Lam and Zaya Abeo don't take it to heart. Chapter 635 Zaya Abeo goes to film. Arriving at Abeo's company. Seeing that she hadn't eaten yet, Lin Feng personally went to the kitchen and cooked a few dishes for her. Abeo was just starting out, and it was still a small company. At this moment, all the employees had gone to eat, leaving only Lin Feng, Abeo and Zaya Abeo. Dad, you still cook the best. Abeo was full of praise for her father's cooking skills. No matter how much she eats, she will never get tired of it. Lin Feng knew that his daughters had been working hard during this period, so he made some adjustments to the recipes to nourish their bodies. Abeo was chirping. Zaya Abeo was silent, watching cartoons on Abeo's computer and eating fruit salad from time to time. After eating, the two went to wash the thermal box. Dad, when are you and Zaya Abeo going to film? We'll leave on Saturday the day after tomorrow. Abeo picked up Zaya Abeo and kissed him fiercely. Our Zaya Abeo is really amazing. When we finish filming, we'll be among the top stars. Zaya Abeo ate a grape and clicked the next episode. Abeo said again, Dad, I will find a reliable team for Zaya Abeo, so you won't have to do it yourself in the future. Lin Feng didn't care much. Don't worry, Zaya Abeo is still young, I can still handle it, let's talk about it later. Abeo didn't say anything when he saw this. While talking, people from Abeo's company came back from dinner one after another. Hello, Zaya Abeo? Hello, Uncle Lin. Lin Feng was shocked by this title. Looking at a child of the same age as his daughter, he had to accept the fact that he was already an uncle. Although he didn't look old at all. People would believe him if he said he was Abeo's boyfriend. Seeing that everyone had gone to work, Lin Feng took Zaya Abeo home. Abeo sent them downstairs. Zaya Abeo waved, goodbye, second sister. Lin Feng asked, what do you want to eat tonight? Abeo smiled, as long as it's made by Dad. After that, he adjusted Zaya Abeo's sun hat. In the evening, Zhang Yuxi returned home and talked to Lin Feng about filming abroad before going to bed. Parents all hope that their sons will become successful and their daughters will become successful. But under the premise, everyone hopes that their children can grow up healthy and happy. When Zhang Yuxi learned that Zaya Abeo was confirmed to play Princess Eugene in War of the Planets, she was sincerely happy. When she was young, she was a fan of War of the Planets. For the heroine who is sometimes saintly and sometimes stupid, she prefers Eugene with online IQ. How can Zhang Yuxi not be happy that Xia Abeo can play the role she likes? At the same time, she is also happy that Xia Abeo has such good resources with his strength. She is also worried that becoming famous too early is not a good thing for Xia Abeo. After more than 20 years of marriage, Lin Feng will not know Zhang Yuxi's thoughts? Xia Abeo is a good child with a pure heart. Look at Sabeo and others. They have achieved some success in their childhood. Are they still not arrogant or impatient now? As long as we guide them well, there is still a long way to go in the future. Zhang Yuxi nodded, with gratitude and admiration. Husband, the 4 treasures are so well grown and have a promising future, all thanks to you. Thank you very much for your dedication and hard work for this family. Lin Feng looked at her quietly. Wife, thank you is useless, you know. Zhang Yuxi's cheeks were flushed. Of course, she knew what this sentence meant. The children are so big now, and my husband doesn't need to soak wolfberries in a thermos cup at all. He is still like he was in his 20s. Saturday. Lin Feng took Xia Abeo to the shooting location. Under the atmosphere at home, Xia Abeo can speak foreign languages, German, French, English and other languages. So there is no problem for Xia Abeo to communicate abroad. It was already past 10 o'clock in the evening when we arrived at the arranged hotel. After waking up the next day, I rushed to the address on the email before 8:30 to do the styling design. The person in charge took the father and daughter to the dressing room. Wow, you are even cuter than in the photo. Xia Abeo sat down obediently and smiled. Thank you, you are also handsome. The makeup brother raised his eyebrows. He didn't expect Xia Abeo to speak foreign languages so well. He chatted with Xia Abeo while styling his hair. That's your dad, right? He looks so young. Everyone says so. Xia Abeo was like a little adult, and soon became familiar with the makeup boy. When Lin Feng saw him applying skincare products to Xia Abeo, he handed over a set of skincare products he had prepared in advance. Use this, my daughter's skin is prone to allergies. The makeup boy had no objection, but he still explained. This one in my hand is specially prepared for children, and those who have used it said that it doesn't cause allergies. But when he saw the brand that Lin Feng handed over, he shut up. This brand is rarely known. It customizes skincare products according to the individual skin condition, and the price is ridiculously expensive. The makeup boy put Xia Abeo's makeup on and reluctantly returned the things to Lin Feng. Lin Feng was very generous and asked him to keep it. You are the makeup artist responsible for Xia Abeo, keep the things. The makeup boy quickly put it away and repeatedly assured Lin Feng that he would keep it well. Lin Feng smiled disapprovingly. Because Abeo has a cooperative relationship with this brand, he can get an internal discount price, so he has many sets at home. There are 2 sets left in the hotel as spare. After putting on makeup, she changed into props. Suddenly, an elegant and lovely little princess appeared in front of her. The crown was very large and heavy, and there were many tassels hanging. Xia Abeo was holding it against her neck to take pictures. Lin Feng felt sorry for her, so he asked the makeup boy next to her to take off the crown. Is it heavy? Lin Feng fed Xia Abeo some fruit. Xia Abeo nodded, it's very heavy. Lin Feng frowned and asked the makeup boy while Xia Abeo was taking pictures. Do you have to wear this in the future? If nothing unexpected happens, yes, but you don't have to worry, this is a formal outfit, you won't wear it for long. Lin Feng didn't say anything else. Looking at Xia Abeo who was posing for the photographer, he sighed slightly. After changing 6 sets of clothes, the shooting was completed in one afternoon. The photographer was very satisfied with Xia Abeo's ability to hold and show, and kept praising her. When Xia Abeo was removing her makeup, she came over to chat with Lin Feng. Your daughter, she's really amazing, she's very talented in this area. He's not the only one who said this. Everyone who worked with Xia Abeo praised her like this. Xia Abeo filmed for an entire afternoon and was so tired that she asked Raymond Lam to hug her. The schedule was to take makeup photos today and tomorrow, so she could rest tomorrow. But the film crew asked Xia Abeo to read the script carefully tomorrow and start filming in the evening. The first scene is about the destruction of Eugene's country and the planet. She was forced to become a homeless wanderer and began the cause of restoring her country. In the first part, Xia Abeo didn't have many scenes, mainly just a brief explanation. The main emphasis was on the encounter between the male and female protagonists and their respective backgrounds. This is not the first time Raymond Lam has accompanied Zhang Yuxi to film. In his big bag, he prepared food, clothes and everything else to serve Zhang Yuxi. Chapter 636 Joining the group. The next day, after he finished rehearsing the lines with Zhang Yuxi, he arrived at the set at the designated time in the evening. There was a part of the shooting that was built on the real scene, and most of the time it was green screen. There were people and shooting tools everywhere. Raymond Lam carried Zhang Yuxi in his bag and went to find the person in charge. At the beginning of this scene, Zhang Yuxi was required to run while crying in the jungle. The despair of the character was interpreted. Zhang Yuxi was wearing Princess Eugene's full costume, and the crown was very heavy, not to mention running with it on her head. Fortunately, halfway through the run, the crown fell off, which also meant the loss of her as a princess. The weather is still very hot now, there are many people in the greenhouse, and the air is stuffy. Raymond Lam watched his daughter running over and over again, and the scenes of Eng over and over again, and it was true that he didn't feel uncomfortable. Take a break, come back later. The director on the set was moved by Zhang Yuxi's spirit, and his attitude was much gentler than before. Zhang Yuxi nodded, and the makeup artist came over to touch up her makeup. Raymond Lam took out an iced watermelon from his bag. Come on, Zhang Yuxi, have some. Zhang Yuxi smiled instantly. For a foodie like Zhang Yuxi, there is no meal that cannot be solved by eating. If one meal is not enough, then 2 meals will do. The makeup artist was shocked when she saw the watermelon still steaming. Is there a refrigerator in your bag? Raymond Lam just smiled, took out a fan and fanned his daughter. Are you tired? Zhang Yuxi nodded. Raymond Lam felt distressed, and he couldn't say if he wanted his daughter to give up. If you can't hold on, tell Dad, and Dad will talk to the director. Zhang Yuxi was like a little hamster, with her bulging cheeks puffing up. Okay. After eating, she went on stage. This time, she passed 2 tests, and after the end, the director came over to praise Zhang Yuxi for her good performance. Raymond Lam saw that it was already past 9 o'clock. According to the requirements of the previous contract agreement, Zhang Yuxi's filming in the evening should not exceed 9 o'clock. He picked up Zhang Yuxi and went back to the hotel. Zhang Yuxi said goodbye to everyone obediently. So far, Raymond Lam and Zhang Yuxi have not seen the male and female protagonists, and the director has not seen them either. It is said that they are in another studio. He didn't know that the director came right after he left. How is the filming of this actor? Although their official website announced that Zhang Yuxi would play the role of Eugene. But it is not uncommon to change actors in the middle of the film. Moreover, this director is well known as Director B. He had a backup plan in advance. If Zhang Yuxi's acting skills could not impress him, the backup candidate had already been decided. He sat down and watched it through the camera for 5 minutes, and nodded with satisfaction. This girl is not bad, her acting skills are good, and she is very dedicated. To receive such praise from Director B is enough to show Zhang Yuxi's acting skills and professional ability. He seemed to have thought of something and asked, I remember that her family seems to be very rich, right? He only watched the cut clip of My Family at the beginning, and his first feeling was that Eugene must be her. But in fact, he had to watch it himself to know. After the person was finalized, the assistant was arranging the next things. He also knew a little about Zhang Yuxi's family. Everyone looked at each other, and one of them said, I heard from her makeup artist that the cosmetics used by the little girl are all customized, and a set costs more than 500,000. It's almost $1 million. Actresses make a living with their faces, and the child is so young, it is not good to use cosmetics and damage the skin. Therefore, no one present took this statement seriously. After returning home, Lin Feng washed Zhang Yuxi, and the little guy went to bed and fell asleep with Zhang Yuxi. It seems that he is really tired today. Zhang Yuxi called, Hubby, is Zhang Yuxi asleep? Just fell asleep. How was the shooting today? Lin Feng only reported good news, not bad news. Very good, everyone likes Zhang Yuxi, and the shooting is going smoothly. Zhang Yuxi breathed a sigh of relief. Thank you for your hard work, husband, and Zhang Yuxi. Lin Feng laughed. Why am I so tired? It's Zhang Yuxi who chose this path, and I regret it a little. But I can't persuade her to give up. She likes acting so much. Zhang Yuxi noticed and asked, was it hard to shoot today? Lin Feng comforted her, it's not that hard, I'm here, I will ask the director to make adjustments. After hanging up the phone, he received a message from the 4 treasures in the group. Lin Feng sent the video he shot to the group. The 4 treasures worked so hard. Sibao was furious. Oh my god, it's so hard, let Xiaobao stop doing it. Even if she doesn't work in the future, we can support her all her life. Bao felt distressed. That's right, our little princess is too tired. Dabao sighed. Xiaobao likes this line of work. Sanbao hesitated. How about we see if Xiaobao likes anything else? Bao added. She likes to play, likes to eat. Lin Feng was also distressed. Xiaobao's father will take care of her. Being an actor is very hard, but Xiaobao is sometimes very persistent. No matter what she does, let's support her. Bao posted this video on the platform. He also took screenshots of the conversations of several people in the chat group. Our little princess is really working hard for her dream. Come on. Xiaobao works really hard. This is what it means to fight for your dream. When I saw my son playing games next to me, my fists were clenched. Xiaobao could indeed live a carefree life without having to worry about food and clothing for the rest of her life, but she chose to go down this path. Some of us adults are ashamed of ourselves. How can I feel about this? I'm a 30-year-old man, and I can't even compare to a 7-year-old child. I've decided. Starting tomorrow, I'm going to be a good person. As a mom fan, I'm really pleased. Come on, Xiaobao, you're the best. I was very touched, but I laughed at the sentence she likes to play and eat. Sorry, I couldn't control myself. The most terrifying thing in the world is that people who are better than you work harder than you. The brother who is going to start a new life tomorrow, wait for me. Have you seen those trolls? Those who say that people get resources by relying on connections. Stupid stuff. Compared to some people, Xiaobao's professionalism is crushed to pieces. Haha. Xiaobao will definitely be popular. I say, even God can't stop it. Are you blushing about some people in the entertainment industry? I'm so ashamed of you. You can't even compare to a 7-year-old child. The next morning, after eating breakfast, Raymond Lam took Xiaobao to the crew. Today's filming was relatively relaxed, telling the scene of Princess Eugene's happy life in the palace. The real scene was built and the green screen was combined. Raymond Lam sat aside and watched Xiaobao perform. The filming went smoothly in the morning. At the appointed time, Raymond Lam took Xiaobao off work to have lunch. The necessary conditions for Xiaobao to take the role are to take a nap after get off work at noon and to finish before 9 o'clock in the evening. It is understandable that children grow up. But some crews are in a hurry and have complaints about this. But Xiaobao is very dedicated, unlike some young actors who are busy and do this and that. She cooperated with the director on the set, and with her superb acting skills, she often got off work early. Xiaobao yawned in Raymond Lam's arms, went back to the hotel for lunch, and fell asleep soon. The hotel was booked by the crew, and the environment was okay, but Raymond Lam was not satisfied. Chapter 637 Bullying Dad? Because the kitchen doesn't allow Raymond Lam to cook for himself. And because it's cheap, and there are film crews nearby, many actors live here. The sound insulation of cheap places is not very good. In order to let Xiaobao get enough sleep, Raymond Lam decided to rent a hotel opposite the filming crew. The price is expensive, but the key is that it can satisfy Raymond Lam's wish to cook for himself. So, Raymond Lam called the person in charge to discuss it, and after getting the consent, he immediately booked the hotel. There is another advantage of this: Xiaobao can sleep a little longer, and it only takes more than 10 minutes to walk there. When I went to the crew in the afternoon, Raymond Lam went there to check in. There were fewer scenes in the afternoon, only one scene, which was not difficult for Xiaobao. It was past after 3 hours. Raymond Lam decided to take Xiaobao for a walk nearby. Who knew that he was called back just after arriving, saying that because the male lead had something to do today, he also filmed tomorrow's rival scene. The father and daughter had to go back. The male lead was very popular, and he was promoted to father last year. His wife is an insider. Raymond Lam had seen his movies before. The male lead has become a father, so he is very gentle to Xiaobao. When they met, he gave Xiaobao a doll as a gift. Xiaobao politely said thank you. The two of them first rehearsed the lines. This was Xiaobao's first time acting with a male lead, and she was not stage fright at all. Because Xiaobao has a slight accent, the director agreed to let Xiaobao do the dubbing later. Her accent can be translated as the characteristics of the local planet, which is also very unique. The male lead praised Zhang Yuxi's lines, which really surprised him. You are really amazing. Thank you. Zhang Yuxi is also a person who has seen big scenes. Facing this popular foreign male star, he is not panicked at all. He can also catch up with the other party's play. This scene is about the first meeting between Eugene and the male lead. At that time, the male lead spaceship was forced to land on Eugene's planet due to an accident. After the two met, they met again many years later. Next, there is another scene with the female lead, and it would be best if Eugene was stranded on another planet. So far, this is the first part of Eugene's role. The shooting went smoothly. Zhang Yuxi's emotions followed the male lead and it was easy to get into the role. It was passed after 2 weeks. Before leaving, the male lead agreed with Zhang Yuxi that they would continue in the next film. Zhang Yuxi waved goodbye. At night, Zhang Yuxi was doing homework in the hotel, and the person in charge came over. According to the boss's request, Zhang Yuxi was given more scenes. After we released the behind-the-scenes footage, your daughter's role as Eugene was well received. Didn't you know? Raymond Lam shook his head. I have been taking care of my daughter during this period and have not paid attention to online news. The other party smiled slightly and revealed to Raymond Lam. If this film is well received, your daughter will be the candidate for Eugene, and no one can replace her. Raymond Lam just listened to such words. The role is a growth type. If the young actor grows up and does not meet the director's expected standards, it is common to replace him in the middle of the film. Also, it is possible to shoot Eugene's personal movie at that time. Raymond Lam just smiled and said nothing. After sending the person in charge away, Raymond Lam checked Zhang Yuxi's homework and had a headache. Zhang Yuxi, Daddy asks you, why is 10-5 equal to 4? Zhang Yuxi was stunned for a moment, then began to count his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is 5. Lin Feng was very satisfied. Then Daddy asks you, how many pots of flowers are there here? Why did you only write 4 pots of flowers? Zhang Yuxi pointed to the empty pots and said, because there are none here. Lin Feng choked, as if there was nothing wrong with what he said. He pursed his lips. Maybe it's still a baby, maybe it hasn't grown yet. Zhang Yuxi blinked his big eyes and said, it's also possible that there is nothing inside it. Lin Feng pursed his lips again. Okay, your reason convinces me. He looked at another question. Excuse me, how many people went to the West to obtain scriptures in Journey to the West? Why did you write 2? Zhang Yuxi answered as a matter of course. Tang Monk and Shamunk are 2 people, Sun Wukong and Zhu Beiji, and the White Dragon Horse are animals. Lin Feng was stunned and gave Zhang Yuxi a thumbs up. This answer is correct. There is nothing wrong with the other things, but I don't know if I made a mistake in addition and subtraction, or I was careless, so I made a lot of mistakes. Finally, he said earnestly. Zhang Yuxi, can you write better? It's really ugly. It was so ugly that it was unbearable to look at. Zhang Yuxi blinked his eyes and said seriously, I have written very carefully. Lin Feng didn't know what to say. If Mom sees it later, I will tear up your homework book again. Zhang Yuxi used the method of acting like a spoiled child. Dad, you are the best. Zhang Yuxi loves you the most. Mua. Lin Feng shook his head. You, when Mom supervises your homework, you can write well. When it's Dad's turn, you start to write sloppily. What? Bullying Dad. Zhang Yuxi kept acting like a spoiled child, trying to get away with it. Dad, Zhang Yuxi didn't bully you. Zhang Yuxi loves you the most. Lin Feng enjoyed it, and hummed, Mom will say that Dad, you have to stand up and share the responsibility later. Zhang Yuxi patted his chest. Okay, Zhang Yuxi promises to be brave and responsible. Lin Feng checked Zhang Yuxi's Chinese homework. Oh my god, I was almost mad to death. He took a deep breath. Zhang Yuxi, look at the words you wrote. Why did it become an O in the end? Huh? And, why does it look like a moon in the end? The moon looks like an eye in the end. Lin Feng was really angry. It was okay that the handwriting was ugly. So sloppy? What's wrong? Won't Dad be angry? Seeing that Lin Feng was really angry, Zhang Yuxi quickly took the eraser to correct it. Lin Feng crossed his arms. Zhang Yuxi, if Dad sees you writing nonsense next time, I will spank you. Zhang Yuxi stuck out his tongue and wrote very seriously. Lin Feng stole a glance and found that Zhang Yuxi tried really hard to correct it, but his handwriting was still very poor. He couldn't help but think of the things Zhang Yuxi talked about. There was such a classmate in their class before, who studied very hard. This was witnessed by parents, teachers and classmates. But he never expected that no matter how hard he worked, his final results were still not ideal. The teacher once thought that he had chosen the wrong direction and even tutored him. After a while, he found that he was really stupid. She thought that her daughter was probably the same. After supervising for a few times, she found that Xiaobao wrote every stroke very carefully. But the truth is that the handwriting is extremely ugly. Gradually, Zhang Yuxi has become accustomed to the ugly handwriting and only requires Xiaobao to write well. Lin Feng got Xiaobao's corrected homework book and cited the big and ugly words on it. Go brush your teeth, take a bath and go to bed. Xiaobao saw that the homework was passed and went to the bathroom happily. Lin Feng had already prepared the bath water. Taking advantage of this time, Lin Feng sent those math problems to the group. By the way, he also sent a video and asked the 4 treasures at the end. Did you have such homework before? The 4 treasures answered in unison. I forgot what homework it was before. Xiaobao's idea is not wrong, this explanation makes sense, and the questions are not rigorous. Bao thought it was interesting and posted the homework of his poor sister on the platform. For a moment, I didn't know what to say. Chapter 638 The Age of Changing Teeth. Because of Bao's revelation, now netizens all know that Xiaobao is a poor student. And he is the kind of person who works very hard but is still a poor student in elementary school. Many netizens lamented that the world is fair after all. Some people gain something, and they will inevitably lose something. Looking at the ugly words on the test paper and Raymond Lam's magnetic voice, netizens all laughed. The questions nowadays are indeed not rigorous. My son often asks questions like this. There's nothing wrong with a child's thinking. It's good to draw inferences from one example. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem is that the question setter is too old-fashioned. This question is a multiple-choice question. It depends on how you understand it. It's the same as my child. The test paper is the same. Some teachers nowadays teach in a very old-fashioned way. I can't convert it after thinking about it. In fact, there's nothing wrong with what the child said. Xiaobao is great. Well, I was in the first grade of elementary school and I couldn't draw inferences from one example. Children nowadays are so smart. I heard my father-in-law's deep frustration. He has never worried about education, but this time he met his match. Ha ha ha, why do I want to laugh so much? The next day, Xiaobao originally didn't have much to do. But because the land lease contract was about to expire, they had to hurry up to shoot. The other party agreed to the conditions discussed by Raymond Lam, and Raymond Lam naturally had to abide by their requirements. After packing up, he carried his daughter to the set. When she went to put on makeup, Raymond Lam fanned her daughter on the side. Xiaobao walked obediently on the chair, closed her eyes and put on makeup, and recited the lines from time to time. The makeup artist praised her. Little baby is really hardworking. Next, Eugene met the Calvia people after he was displaced. They caught Eugene and prepared to sell her to Lord Cabora, a cruel 200-pound fat man. Today's shooting content is the scene of Eugene being caught and then escaping. The shooting was completed smoothly in 2 days. If it was not smooth, it might take a week. Moreover, for the authenticity of the shooting, this kidnapping scene only gave Xiaobao the script, and did not tell the content of the shooting. For this reason, they also specially found a psychological counselor to give Xiaobao psychological counseling afterwards. What they didn't know was that Xiaobao and Raymond Lam had already read the book Star Wars for a long time. Combined with the lines, they had guessed what would be filmed today. Before coming, Raymond Lam also did ideological work for Xiaobao. After a while, a dirty little beggar suddenly appeared. Raymond Lam quickly took a picture of his daughter. Xiaobao exclaimed, turned around and praised the makeup artist. Wow, you're so good. The makeup artist laughed. Thank you for your compliment. After the shooting position guidance, the formal shooting began. Xiaobao was eating with her head down according to the director's position, when suddenly a loud shout came. She was stunned, and saw a group of people with weapons, pointing at her with ferocious faces, running towards her. Xiaobao's eyes widened, as if saying, the director didn't arrange it this way? If it was a normal reaction, she would definitely go downstairs and ask the director. The fastest reaction Xiaobao gave was to suddenly get up and run. Following the position given by the director on the set, He ran while chewing the steamed buns he picked up, with a look of fear on his face. The people behind him were chasing him relentlessly, and Xiaobao stumbled and fell halfway. He took a quick look, got up and continued to run forward. Tears rolled in his eyes, and he hugged the steamed buns tightly and ran stubbornly. One of the team picked up the catching net weapon, and with a whoosh, Xiaobao slipped into the hole with a shovel. At the shooting site this time, Raymond Lam finally met the famous director, Ka Shen. When the shooting started, Raymond Lam kept looking at Xiaobao nervously. When the shooting was over and the director called cut, it was discovered that Ka Shen had appeared on the set for some reason. This was originally edited separately, but it was unexpectedly shot in one take. Xiaobao adhered to her duties as an actor and stayed in the cave until the director called a stop. She ran out of the cave only after hearing a cut. Raymond Lam was the first to rush over and hug Xiaobao in his arms, looking worried. Although they expected to perform a kidnapping scene today, they did not expect the film crew to come without warning. He was worried that this incident would leave a bad shadow on Xiaobao. Xiaobao looked grim. "Dad, I want to drink water, hurry, hurry." Everyone saw that Xiaobao looked grim and came forward to show concern. Raymond Lam took out some water from his bag. Xiaobao gulped down a few big gulps and patted his chest. I finally got down." Raymond Lam frowned and looked very worried. "What's wrong? Are you scared?" Xiaobao cried out and started to complain. "That bun was too hard. Before I could swallow it, they came." As she spoke, she felt her throat was uncomfortable and quickly drank a few more sips of water. It must be very uncomfortable to be choked, but a 7-year-old child could still insist on acting. This dedication made many people look at Xiaobao with new eyes. Ka Shen came over, and his usually serious face became gentle. "Did you get scared just now?" Xiaobao did not look flustered because the person she was talking to was the famous Ka Shen. She shook her head. "I was a little scared, but I'm not afraid now." Ka Shen's expression eased a little and praised Xiaobao. "You acted very well." Xiaobao was not very modest yet. She grinned, a little proud. "Thank you for the compliment." She also felt that she was so awesome. The dry bun almost choked her to death, but she still insisted on completing the work. Ka Shen introduced the psychologist next to him to Lin Feng. "Take Xiaobao to see him." When talking about Xiaobao, Ka Shen's expression could not help but become gentle. In the small room of the dressing room, Lin Feng accompanied Xiaobao, who was eating watermelon and receiving psychological counseling. Xiaobao behaved normally, but she complained that the steamed buns were too dry and hard, and she couldn't bite them. "I feel like my teeth are loose." Xiaobao pouted and said dissatisfiedly. Lin Feng and the psychologist couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. The psychologist left his business card and said, "Call me if you have anything." After saying hello to Xiaobao, he left. Lin Feng picked up Xiaobao and said, "Next time if there is a problem, don't be stubborn, okay? Dad is very worried about you." Xiaobao nodded obediently. "No." She touched her front teeth, and suddenly her face changed drastically, and she cried out in fear. Lin Feng was startled. "What's wrong?" Xiaobao threw herself into her father's arms. "Dad, what should I do? My teeth are broken." Lin Feng motioned his daughter to open her mouth quickly to see for himself. The front teeth looked fine, but when he moved his hand, they were loose. Lin Feng calculated the age, and Xiaobao was at the age of changing teeth. He quickly comforted his daughter. "Don't be afraid, Xiaobao, it's not that the bread was bitten, it's that you've reached the age of changing teeth." Xiaobao blinked her big eyes, which were blurred with tears. "Changing teeth." Lin Feng explained to her the necessary process of children changing teeth. Xiaobao understood, because some classmates in the class also started to change teeth. After hearing this, she was even more sad. Lin Feng was puzzled. Don't cry, changing teeth is normal, it's not a disease. Although it's a little uncomfortable, it's all normal." Xiaobao said, "Wow, Dad, I don't want to change teeth, it will be so ugly." Lin Feng. Chapter 639, Straight Wife. Xiaobao is very vain. Firstly, it is because Xiaobao is a girl and it is her nature to love beauty. Secondly, the fourth child in the family praises Xiaobao every day, which makes Xiaobao's self-confidence swell and she thinks she is beautiful. In terms of appearance, she is far from the second and third children of the same age. The second and third children of this age can be said to be the same age group in terms of appearance, and no one can beat them. But Zaya Abeo is chubby and cute, the type that is very likable. Her facial features are very delicate. I believe that she will definitely be a stunning beauty when she loses weight in the future, but it is still too early. When Zaya Abeo thinks of the classmates in the class who are missing front teeth and associates herself with them, she feels sad. The makeup artist came over and was startled. What's wrong? Were you scared just now? Lin Feng shook his head and smiled bitterly. She found that she started to change her teeth and was sad. The makeup artist said and joined the comforting camp. Replacing teeth is a necessary process. The replaced teeth will be stronger and healthier. You should be happy. Zaya Abeo muttered, but it's so ugly. The makeup artist smiled. Then why don't you wear a mask and talk less? Zaya Abeo thought this way of covering one's ears and stealing the bell was feasible and could be tried. The makeup artist came over to remove Zaya Abeo's makeup. We will also shoot in the evening, so you don't need to change this look for the time being. Zaya Abeo nodded and said nothing. The makeup artist praised her for her great performance today, and even the god of cards praised her. Zaya Abeo nodded again. Raymond Lam took her back to the hotel, and Zaya Abeo couldn't wait to call Zhang Yuxi. Raymond Lam asked her to call in the evening, and her mother was still sleeping. But the call was already connected, and Zaya Abeo said very considerately, "Sorry, Mom, I accidentally dialed the wrong number, you should go to sleep." Zhang Yuxi, who had long been accustomed to Raymond Lam's pillow, did not sleep very well at night and yawned. "No, Mom is awake. Do you have time to chat with Mom?" Zaya Abeo looked at Lin Feng hesitantly. Lin Feng nodded slightly. 5 minutes. Zaya Abeo quickly told Zhang Yuxi about his tooth replacement. "Mom, what should I do? I will become so ugly. What else can I do?" Tooth replacement is a process that everyone has to go through and cannot be changed. The straight girl Zhang Yuxi said again, "Since we can't change it, just adapt to it. When it falls out, it will slowly grow back." Zaya Abeo said in a depressed mood. Lin Feng heard the conversation between the mother and daughter. He shook his head slightly and felt that his wife was sometimes really straight. Zhang Yuxi asked about Zaya Abeo's diet and daily life again. Zaya Abeo answered one by one, and said that the director praised her for shooting the whole thing in one shot today. Zhang Yuxi gave a performance. "Zaya Abeo is great, Mom is proud of you." Knowing that Zaya Abeo choked on a dry bun, her tone suddenly sank and became very serious. "Zaya Abeo, Mom supports your hobbies and interests, and recognizes your efforts. But Mom hopes you can protect yourself. Acting is important, but you are a treasure to Mom, Dad, and your brothers and sisters. Do you understand? If you feel uncomfortable or have any ideas, you can communicate with Dad, or you can communicate with the director." A lot of words were said, and Zaya Abeo listened with his head tilted. At the end, Zhang Yuxi asked sternly, "Did you hear what Mom said just now?" Zaya Abeo nodded. "I heard Mom, I will take good care of myself." Hearing her daughter say this, Zhang Yuxi's tone softened a little. "Is Dad here? Mom and Dad will talk for a while." Lin Feng took the phone and motioned Zaya Abeo to take a nap in the small room. This is the family room. There is a second bedroom where a child lives. Zaya Abeo went to sleep. "Mom, I'm going to take a nap, bye." Zhang Yuxi said, "Sleep well, Mom and sisters will wait for you and Dad to come back." After Zaya Abeo fell asleep, Lin Feng closed the door and went to the balcony. "Wife, what are we having tonight?" "Dinner is made by Abeo. Rice, shredded pork with fish sauce, 3 fresh vegetables in cold salad, scrambled eggs with tomatoes, and a bowl of seaweed soup." Lin Feng half-jokingly said, "Luckily she's at home. If she wasn't at home, how would you solve your meal?" Zhang Yuxi blushed, and her tone was a bit stubborn. "Then I can only go out to eat. You have to come back." The couple talked about some private things. Lin Feng saw that half an hour had passed since the call, and hurriedly urged Zhang Yuxi to go to bed. "No more talk, wife, go to bed, you still have to go to work tomorrow." Zhang Yuxi said coquettishly, "Husband, I miss you." Lin Feng smiled slightly, and his tone was gentle. "I miss you too." He asked softly. Obviously there was something behind the words. Zhang Yuxi heard the hidden meaning, and hurriedly hung up the phone. Although they have been married for so many years, their children have graduated from college and started their own businesses. But Zhang Yuxi still feels shy sometimes. Because Lin Feng is too powerful an opponent. After a nap, Zaya Abeo ate the afternoon tea made by Lin Feng and went to the studio. He followed the filming crew outside. Zaya Abeo was very happy to go to the location shooting this time. After shooting for so many days, he finally didn't have to stay in the stuffy studio. The car drove further and further away and came to a forest. After getting permission, the car drove into the forest. Then we set up camp. After cleaning up, it was dark, just in time for shooting. There were many mosquitoes here, and Raymond Lamb sprayed Zaya Abeo with his own mosquito repellent liquid. He also sprinkled some powder on her body to prevent attacks from poisonous insects besides mosquitoes. The path was cleared and Zaya Abeo was going to stage an escape here. The setting was that there was a huge monster behind her, and this monster would be added in the later stage. This required Zaya Abeo to open his mind, imagine it out of thin air, and shoot without real objects. The director on the set came to explain the play to Zaya Abeo. Zaya Abeo's understanding ability was still very strong, and the shooting went smoothly. But the director was not satisfied, saying that Zaya Abeo did not show the kind of desperate panic. Zaya Abeo asked back, "Why should I be desperate? Can't I be full of hope? Eugene is already very desperate, but she wants to live. How can she always be desperate?" Zaya Abeo was not satisfied with such Eugene. The director on the set was slightly stunned. "Oh? Then what do you think she should do?" Zaya Abeo said as a matter of course, she should resist and kill the monster. The script was not written like this. Eugene chased the monster all the way in the forest and finally escaped. Because the monster was too powerful, there was no fighting scene. However, the director on the set thought that Zaya Abeo's suggestion was good. If Eugene survived at this time and killed the monster, it would not only speed up the growth of the character, but also make it more three-dimensional. So he decided to stop filming temporarily, communicate with God of Cards, and follow his opinions. It is common to change the script during filming. The filming will be stopped temporarily, waiting for the instructions of the director on the set. Chapter 640 Secret Spray. Oh my god, the mosquitoes here are too poisonous. The medicine I brought doesn't work at all. Me too, I sprayed half a bottle of spray and it didn't work. My arms are full of lumps. The things here can't be poisonous. I was bitten last time and had to be hospitalized for 3 days before the swelling subsided. I brought the mantis killer, it didn't work. This one of mine works well, but there's not much left. What brand? Give it to us. Taking advantage of this gap, everyone complained that the things they brought were useless. Their work often requires outdoor shooting, and mosquito repellent can be said to be a necessity. As someone said before, don't underestimate those small insects, sometimes they can be very deadly. But there are different insects in many places around the world, and not all of them work. As they were discussing, the makeup artist came over and asked Zaya Abeo and his daughter if they were bitten. Zaya Abeo shook his head. "No, my dad applied medicine to me, I won't be bitten." The makeup artist took a closer look and found that Zaya Abeo was still white and tender, without a single lump from mosquito bites. Not only Zaya Abeo, but also Raymond Lamb had no lumps. "Wow, what did you use? It's so effective. I made this myself. It's very effective. Do you want to use some?" As he said that, Lin Feng took out the spray and powder and gave them to the visitor. After thanking him, the makeup artist quickly applied the stuff on his body. After a while, he found that it was really effective. He quickly told the other friends about the good news. Others, including the director on the set, were miserable. "The little bugs here are so powerful that no matter how thick they are, it won't help. Why don't we go and ask if there is anything else?" "You go. You are more familiar with him." "What do you mean I am more familiar with him? We just said a few words. You pushed me and I pushed for a long time, and the makeup artist couldn't stand it anymore." "Okay, stop arguing, I'll go and ask." After that, he went to ask Lin Feng if there was anything else. The other friends in the crew were bitten and had lumps all over their bodies. "This is not a solution. We have to camp here at night. What's more, the filming has not started yet. According to the director on the set, the script will be changed. We don't know when we will start filming." The distance was not far, and Lin Feng heard every word of the conversation between the people just now. He took out the things generously, take them and use them. Anyway, he had plenty of space. The makeup artist was flattered. "What about you and Zaya Abeo? Do you have any more?" Lin Feng smiled slightly. "We have some, you can give them." The makeup artist hurriedly thanked him and handed the things out. After a while, they found that Lin Feng's things really worked, and they all came to thank him. Lin Feng waved his hand. "It's just a little help." They were just some very common things, mixed by Dabao. The cost of these for them was less than 100 yuan in total. The director on the set chatted with Ka Shen for more than 10 minutes. When he hung up the phone, he felt itchy all over. "What are you doing?" The assistant quickly sprayed him and sprinkled powder on him. "This is something from Xiaobao's father. It has a very good insect repellent effect. Everyone in the crew is using it." The director on the set was skeptical. "I'll go and revise the script later, and we'll shoot again at dawn tomorrow." The assistant quickly notified the news. Raymond Lam and the makeup artist came over to remove the little guy's makeup. After a while, the dirty Xiaobao became white and clean. Xiaobao, who was still growing, said he was hungry. "Dad will cook right away." "Wait a minute. There are 4 tents here. One is for the director and assistant on the set. One is for Raymond Lam and Xiaobao, and the other 2 are for the crew on the set, divided into men and women. The place where they are camping now is protected by artificial means, and there will be no wild animals. They can sleep peacefully at night. But they still have to solve dinner before that." They brought things like compressed biscuits, water, and bread. Raymond Lam knew that he would go out on location today, and if the shooting went smoothly, he would stay for 1 night. If the shooting did not go smoothly, he might have to stay for 2 nights. So after he ended the call with Zhang Yuxi, he went to the hotel kitchen and bought a lot of things. After announcing that there would be no shooting tonight, Lin Feng took out a small stove from his bag, and then a small pot, and started cooking. In order to prevent the wind, Lin Feng specially added a small valve to this alcohol stove. Lin Feng boiled his favorite dishes and waited for the water to boil, and then took out the noodles. The things were very small and could only cook noodles for 1 person at a time. Lin Feng also prepared the seasonings and fried eggs in advance, and soon the fragrant noodles came out of the oven. Lin Feng took out the computer table and asked Xiaobao to eat in the tent. There were trees everywhere here, and he was afraid that the residue would fall into the bowl. After a while, Lin Feng's noodles were also ready. Before going into the house to eat, he put a sweet potato on the remaining charcoal fire. Everyone looked at each other, and they didn't expect Lin Feng to be so thoughtful. Smelling the fragrance, the dry food in their hands instantly lost its fragrance. Lin Feng and Xiaobao finished eating the noodles, wiped their mouths with wet tissues, and went to see the sweet potatoes in the small stove. After 7 o'clock, it was completely dark, and the outdoor lights were set up outside. Lin Feng looked at the sweet potatoes and knew that they would have to wait for a while before they were cooked. The temperature difference between day and night is large here, so Lin Feng took out a thin sweater from his bag and put it on Xiaobao. While Xiaobao was outside picking sweet potatoes, Lin Feng took out 2 quilts prepared in the space. He added another layer of heat insulation pad and sprinkled powder around the inside and outside of the tent to prevent small insects from crawling in. He also hung a small lamp on the top of the tent, took out Xiaobao's toiletries and a small toilet. After putting the garbage bag over the small toilet, he put it outside the tent. After doing all these things, Lin Feng had time to relax. Xiaobao watched the makeup artist playing games at this time, and Lin Feng told her that she could eat sweet potatoes. Xiaobao had been a little constipated these days. "I don't know if it's because the climate in the studio is too dry and she doesn't drink enough water. Sweet potatoes are the best for this little guy." After eating sweet potatoes, Lin Feng took her to brush her teeth and used a folding plastic basin for Xiaobao to wash her feet. "Rest early tonight, and get up early tomorrow to shoot." Xiaobao nodded. However, because they were sleeping in a tent, the little one couldn't sleep and kept chirping. Raymond Lam had no choice but to urge the little one several times before she gradually fell asleep. Raymond Lam set the alarm clock, used his skills to hug his daughter and fell asleep. After 4 o'clock in the morning, Raymond Lam heard some noise outside, and listened carefully to find that the director on the set was busy. Raymond Lam got up and used a small pot to fry eggs for his daughter, and used a small pot to heat milk for Xiaobao. Fearing that these were not enough for her, he made a small bowl of rice noodles for Xiaobao. He put the steamer on the small stove to warm it up, and turned around to wake Xiaobao up. Xiaobao was drowsy, and Raymond Lam wanted her to sleep a little longer, so he made an exception and dressed her. He also gave her a small cup of warm water. With such a big noise outside, Xiaobao woke up naturally. "Are we going to shoot?" Raymond Lam said. The director didn't say anything, but he has already started setting up the scene. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 641 Human Relationship. Zaya Abeo hurried out to have breakfast. Everyone had gotten up long ago, but Zaya Abeo was not woken up. The child is growing, so let her sleep a little longer. Wow, breakfast is good. Let me see, there are fried eggs, grilled sausages, milk. Is this noodles? Lin Feng shook his head. This is rice noodles. There were too many people, so he naturally asked politely, how about you have some too? They didn't understand, it was just a polite remark. Someone else came over and asked, did you make all this? Lin Feng nodded. Oh my god, you are such an amazing father. I've seen what people say about you online. You are so amazing. Lin Feng just smiled and kept an eye on Zaya Abeo. Zaya Abeo has 1 or 2 years of filming experience, maybe she really has a talent in this area. She can perform without any props, and it doesn't make people feel embarrassed at all. According to the requirements of the director on the set, this scene has a turning point in the growth of Eugene's character. Zaya Abeo has to grasp and present the layered sense of the character's transformation. For a 7-year-old child, it is still a test of acting skills. This was proposed by Zaya Abeo, who had thought about how to act before. After more than 10 eggs, the director decided to shoot in the evening. At noon, the crew ate dry food as usual. But Zaya Abeo is growing, so he naturally cannot eat those things without nutrition. Raymond Lam still used a small stove to steam rice for Zaya Abeo. When the rice was ready, Raymond Lam started to make mayoke. The seasonings and other ingredients were already prepared, and after boiling, the vegetables and meat were ready. Raymond Lam's appetite was not very large, which might be due to the second episode of cleansing the essence and marrow. Zaya Abeo was different. She exercised a lot, so she ate a lot, and she was growing, so she was particularly concerned about her diet. Everyone's eyes couldn't help but look at Raymond Lam. After getting along for this period of time, everyone knew that he was a low-key rich man. And his children were all very outstanding. In everyone's imagination, Raymond Lam must have several aunts taking care of him at home. And he was the kind of person who was busy and never touched the ground, and had a lot of things to do every day. When Raymond Lam came with Zaya Abeo, everyone thought they might stay for a day or two and then leave. Afterwards, it was the aunt who took care of Zaya Abeo's food and daily life. All the child stars they had seen were like this. Unexpectedly, Raymond Lam not only did not leave, but also did not have a nanny. He had to do everything himself. Moreover, from all his performances, it can be seen that he is a very good father who takes good care of Zaya Abeo. It can also be seen that he is more like a nanny. Raymond Lam asked Zaya Abeo to eat more. Zaya Abeo praised while eating, Dad, the food you cook is so delicious. If it's delicious, eat more. After dinner, Zaya Abeo helped Raymond Lam clean up and took the dishes to wash. Raymond Lam has always encouraged children to do more housework and understand the difficulties of their parents. This has nothing to do with hiring a nanny. In the children's minds, even if the family is rich, there is no need to hire a nanny. If you can do it yourself, do it yourself. After Zaya Abeo finished his meal, he went to find the director on the set, and Raymond Lam started to make afternoon cakes for Zaya Abeo. The makeup artist who has the best relationship with Raymond Lam came over. You are really amazing. With such a small thing, you can make so many delicious things. What are you making now? Pudding. Wow, amazing. The makeup artist asked in confusion, don't you have an aunt at home? I see you can do everything. Lin Feng stirred the small pot to observe the heat. We don't have an aunt at home. This is similar to what they had guessed before. The makeup artist was even more puzzled. Why don't you find an aunt? Don't you work? Lin Feng only replied, there is no need, and I like to take care of children. I want to participate in their growth. The makeup artist showed appreciation. You are such a good father. Lin Feng didn't know if he counted, but he tried his best to give the children what they wanted. When the heat was almost right, Lin Feng put the jelly in the mold and poured the homemade jam on it. After cooling, it can be eaten. He put the things away and called Zaya Abeo back to take a nap. Not long after Zaya Abeo had taken a nap, the makeup artist's voice came from outside. Hey, are you asleep? Lin Feng responded in a low voice, what's up? Come out, I have something to talk to you about. Lin Feng went out and saw the makeup artist smiling at him. We are playing cards, do you want to come? This is one of their hobbies to kill time. Anyway, I have nothing to do, since they have invited me, I might as well go and play. There are quite a lot of people, a total of 6 people participating. The rules are a bit complicated, but they told Lin Feng that this is already the simplest. They all play small, just for fun. At the beginning, Lin Feng almost always loses, which makes everyone embarrassed. Lin Feng smiled slightly. Let's continue. After a few rounds, Lin Feng has thoroughly figured out the routine here. Then, he killed all 4 sides and won back his capital with interest. Several people didn't say anything. When Lin Feng lost before, he didn't look like he couldn't afford to lose. Since they lost, they had to show their attitude. Then, when Xiaobao woke up, Lin Feng won all the games without losing a single round. Everyone said it was impossible. How did you do it? Lin Feng smiled slightly. I know how to count. Everyone. Lin Feng heard Xiaobao's voice, stood up and said, you can take all the money back. Everyone looked at each other, embarrassed. After all, they lost too much? Lin Feng said again, it's a thank you for taking care of us father and daughter in the crew. The makeup artist took action first, then we are embarrassed, thank you. Lin Feng smiled faintly. He didn't care about this little money, so he just regarded it as a favor. After a few people divided it, they praised Lin Feng's character. This is almost 10,000 yuan, not a small amount of money. You know, last time I played with a superstar with an annual income of 1 million, he took 5,000 yuan in one go. Xiaobao woke up and wanted to pee. Lin Feng took her to a tree where the staff dug a toilet. After Xiaobao was alert for a while, he started to toss other things. While eating the pudding made by Lin Feng, he looked at the tree in front of him. He looked up and observed for a long time, and suddenly cried out. Ah, Dad! Look, is there a bird's nest up there? Lin Feng looked up and saw, yes, there's a bird's nest. Xiaobao asked quickly, will there be birds in it? Lin Feng said uncertainly, maybe, maybe not. At this time, the makeup artist came over and said, there should be. There are quite a lot of birds singing in this area. Yes, Xiaobao was sure that there must be a bird's nest in it. After eating the pudding, she walked around under the tree and looked at the bird's nest again. Well, she thought she could climb up and take a look. This tree was not like the kind that grew straight, but had lush branches. The bark was not smooth, but rough and easy to climb. Xiaobao climbed up in one go. She was on this side of the tree, and the staff of the photography team did not notice her. After a while, Lin Feng did not find Xiaobao in his tent or the director's tent. His heart skipped a beat. He, who always remained calm in the face of shock, suddenly became gloomy. Has anyone seen Xiaobao? The people around looked at each other and said that they had not seen Xiaobao. Didn't I see her eating pudding just now? Wasn't she watching the bird's nest with you? I didn't see it. Let's go look for it. Lin Feng has good eyesight and excellent hearing. If a stranger took Xiaobao away, he would not have failed to notice. He called Xiaobao's name. Xiaobao, where are you? The tree that Xiaobao climbed was 6 or 7 meters away from the camping site. She heard everyone calling her, but she was holding her breath and didn't dare to speak. She was afraid that if she let out her breath, all her efforts would be in vain. Finally, she climbed a high branch. Climbing up a few more branches, she could see the bird's nest. Faintly, she seemed to hear the cry of a bird. Lin Feng was thoughtful and ran to the tree where Xiaobao was watching the bird's nest. He heard Xiaobao sitting on a branch and responding to them. Chapter 642 Xiaobao is injured. I'm here. Lin Feng looked up and saw Xiaobao's smiling face, and he was relieved. But he was so angry. He pursed his lips and asked, Xiaobao, did you hear Daddy calling you just now? Xiaobao was immersed in joy. I heard it. Lin Feng tried to make himself look better. Why didn't you respond? Xiaobao tilted his head and said, because Xiaobao is climbing a tree, you have to concentrate. With such a cute expression, Lin Feng couldn't help spitting out blood. She must be a leaky little cotton jacket. Can't she hear that everyone is looking for her so anxiously? Lin Feng didn't get angry, except that his expression was a little gloomy. He looked at Xiaobao and asked, what are you doing? Going to see the bird's nest. Xiaobao was complacent. Yes, Dad, do you think I'm great? Lin Feng nodded slightly, folded his arms and looked at Xiaobao. Everyone on the side could see that he was angry. Only Xiaobao, who was immersed in happiness and joy, didn't notice it, and she continued to climb up. The makeup artist, the director on the set and others all stared with wide eyes, and kept reminding Xiaobao to pay attention to safety. Xiaobao tried her best to climb up. The tree trunk was not that thick, so it was easy to climb. But it was already very high. What if Xiaobao accidentally fell down? The director on the set immediately ordered people to put props under the tree as a cushion. Lin Feng had a blank expression on his face, and his eyes were always fixed on Xiaobao's every move. He was in the second stage of the cleansing of essence and marrow, and his strength and speed were far beyond the reach of ordinary people. Even if Xiaobao accidentally fell down, he was confident enough to catch her. Looking at the bright and excited smile on his daughter's face, Lin Feng couldn't get angry no matter how angry he was. Xiaobao, this little guy, is the one who gets into trouble the most. She gets into trouble more than Xiaobao. There's really nothing you can do about her. Xiaobao finally climbed to the bird's nest, stretched her head and saw 2 eggs. They were very small, a bit like quail eggs. I saw it, real bird eggs, small. Seeing her so excited, they were afraid that she would fall down accidentally, and the people under the tree were talking to her to come down quickly. Xiaobao was satisfied and began to slide down. When she looked down, she was shocked and her face turned pale. My goodness, she had climbed so high without realizing it. Fortunately, Xiaobao had experienced being intimidated and was not afraid of heights. She slid down the tree trunk little by little, which made the people under the tree terrified. She must not get hurt, because the show has not been finished yet. Everything went smoothly, but this was the last hurdle. The tree trunk was too big, and she didn't know how to get down. It was obviously impossible to jump down, and she would definitely get hurt. The director on the set had already started to arrange people. He planned to build a ladder to carry Xiaobao down. Lin Feng, who had been indifferent and held his arms motionless, spoke at this time. I'll do it. Xiaobao had tears in his eyes, hugged the tree trunk at the branch, and looked at his father pitifully. Dad? Lin Feng's heart softened and he sighed. He climbed up neatly and handsomely, holding Xiaobao in one hand and using the other hand to get down from the tree. In less than 3 seconds, he fell to the ground, and Xiaobao pouted in grievance. Lin Feng nodded slightly to everyone. I'm sorry, Xiaobao has caused trouble for everyone. Everyone said it was normal, and children of Xiaobao's age were just playing. Only the director on the set warned Xiaobao. The crew was most worried about him. Xiaobao, you must tell us where you are going in the future, understand? Xiaobao realized his mistake, lowered his head and said, I understand. The director on the set quickly softened his tone and said, this is a forest, there may be wild animals, what if you run around and get taken away by them? Lin Feng noticed that Xiaobao in his arms shuddered. Finally, he said, take a break, we are going to prepare for filming. Lin Feng took Xiaobao back to the tent and looked at her without saying a word. Xiaobao lowered his head and apologized quietly. Dad, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone to climb a tree alone without notifying you. I'll tell you and the crew wherever I go in the future. I won't make such a mistake again, please don't be angry, okay? Can you forgive Xiaobao this time? Lin Feng had actually forgiven Xiaobao a long time ago. But he must show his attitude towards this matter. Haha, he is quite good at just admitting his mistakes, this little mouth is blabbering. Lin Feng sighed heavily and asked with a stern face, do you really realize your mistake? Xiaobao nodded heavily, I really realize it, I promise I won't make it again next time. What can I say? That expression clearly said, I will dare to do it next time. Lin Feng didn't believe it. Okay, Dad believes you this time. If there is a next time, Dad will tell Mom. Xiaobao quickly said, okay. Then, he acted like a spoiled child to Lin Feng in a flattering manner. Then Dad, don't tell Mom about what happened today, okay? Lin Feng was indifferent. Xiaobao continued to act like a spoiled child. Okay, Daddy, Xiaobao loves you the most, I love you the most. Seeing that it was almost done, Lin Feng pretended to compromise. Okay. Xiaobao smiled happily. Dad, Xiaobao loves you the most. She stood up happily. Dad, I'm going to put on makeup. Lin Feng was left alone, sighing helplessly. When the 4 treasures were there, he had never worried so much. In the evening, the filming was in progress. This time the filming went smoothly. From 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and finally the filming was over. Zhang Yuxi is injured. Lin Feng was the first to rush over when he heard it. Where's he injured? Zhang Yuxi was also stunned for a moment. Lin Feng took a look and found that his elbows and palms were rubbed and bleeding. After checking his whole body, his knees and calves were also scratched and bleeding. It must have been caused by the previous fall. Lin Feng picked up Zhang Yuxi and went to the tent. Someone had already brought a medical kit. Lin Feng shook his head. I brought it. His medical kit was more upscale than the one in the crew, and after opening it, it was full of bottles and jars. This was prepared by Raymond Lam when he had nothing to do after Zhang Yuxi went to school. It was just in case Zhang Yuxi got hurt. In the previous filming, he only scratched his skin, disinfected it, and put on a band-aid. This time, the injured area was quite large, so Raymond Lam took out iodine to disinfect it. His tone was gentle. Zhang Yuxi, it may be a little painful, just bear with it. Zhang Yuxi nodded, his little face a little pale. Raymond Lam was busy with his work while talking to the director on the set. Let's pack up and go back now. Seeing that it was so early, the director on the set asked everyone to move their things back. Although iodine disinfection is not painful, when wiping the wound, Zhang Yuxi's facial features wrinkled up in pain. Raymond Lam felt bad. Hold on, it will be fine in a while. Raymond Lam got Zhang Yuxi in his middle age. Compared with the four treasures, he witnessed a child's pregnancy from 10 months to birth. He has taken care of him little by little since he was born. At that time, the four treasures were already in junior high school and did not need his care. He put most of his energy on Zhang Yuxi, and he was naughty since he was young, so Raymond Lam worried a lot. Every parent cannot bear to see their children get hurt, and would like to take the pain for them. Bear it for a while. Our Zhang Yuxi is the best child, right? After wiping with iodine, Lin Feng applied white powder hemostatic medicine to Zhang Yuxi. It hurts, but the hemostatic effect is immediate. Zhang Yuxi, this medicine may hurt, bear it for a while. Zhang Yuxi sniffed and hypnotized himself. Okay, Zhang Yuxi is the bravest. After the medicine was sprinkled on, Zhang Yuxi screamed in pain. It hurts so much? Lin Feng moved quickly, and after Zhang Yuxi screamed, he quickly treated the other wounds. Zhang Yuxi shrank his legs in pain, and was held down by Lin Feng. It hurts so much, Dad, don't apply medicine, woo-woo. After Lin Feng treated the wound, Zhang Yuxi's head was dizzy with pain, and tears fell. Okay. Lin Feng picked up Zhang Yuxi and coaxed her, be good, it's alright. Zhang Yuxi complained, that medicine hurts so much? Lin Feng nodded, Dad knows, but Zhang Yuxi insisted, so brave. Zhang Yuxi sobbed, then Daddy don't be angry, okay. Lin Feng asked back, what are you angry about? Did she get herself injured on the set? This can't be blamed on her. Zhang Yuxi took this opportunity to please, it's about climbing the tree today. Lin Feng's heart softened, okay, Daddy is not angry anymore. Zhang Yuxi giggled, and her heartless look made Lin Feng laugh and cry. Chapter 643, the slap in the face comes too fast. Back to the hotel. Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi to be good and not to move around, let alone touch water. He washed Zhang Yuxi's face and feet, cleaned up and went to bed. Zhang Yuxi forgot the pain after his wound healed, and took the opportunity to chat in the family group video with his mobile phone while Lin Feng was taking a shower. It happened to be evening at this time. Several people connected to the microphone. Zhang Yuxi was also online, and the whole family was there. Zhang Yuxi excitedly told his heroic deeds today, and rolled around on the bed from time to time. He completely forgot the agreement between him and Lin Feng, don't tell mom. After listening to it, Sibao praised him wildly. Wow, Zhang Yuxi is so awesome, fourth brother admires you so much, you are my idol. Take your brother to climb trees later, your brother can't do it yet. Bao rolled his eyes at him, but said something else. Zhang Yuxi, take your sister with you when you climb a tree. I tell you, the second sister is really good at climbing trees. Unlike your fourth brother, who can't even climb a tree, ha ha ha. Sibao laughed, with something else in his words, yes, you are the best, you can climb a tree. He is an all-around sports expert, but he can't climb a tree? What a joke. That was just flattering to build Zhang Yuxi's self-confidence. Bao asked with concern, are you injured? Zhang Yuxi shook his head, no, but I was injured when filming today, and it was bleeding. Everyone was shocked. Zhang Yuxi pointed the camera at the wound and complained that Lin Feng's medicine was too painful. Then he said complacently, but Zhang Yuxi didn't cry. Zhang Yuxi is very strong. This made the four treasures feel distressed. Sanbao said, when you come back, Sanbao will buy you delicious food. Buy whatever you want to eat. Zhang Yuxi chuckled, Sanbao is the best. Bao was jealous. What's wrong? Is the second sister not good? Zhang Yuxi, the master of keeping things in check, quickly said, Zhang Yuxi also loves the second sister the most. Dabao brother, Sanbao sister, and Sabao brother all love them super much? Sanbao reminded Zhang Yuxi, be careful when filming, okay? Zhang Yuxi nodded and said obediently, I know. Zhang Yuxi's camera was aimed at the study. There had been no shots of her before, and now she appeared and asked, Zhang Yuxi, did you climb the tree by yourself today? Zhang Yuxi hummed. Then Zhang Yuxi asked again, where's Dad? Judging from Zhang Yuxi's description just now, the tree was so high that Raymond Lam couldn't have watched his daughter climb the tree. I chatted with Raymond Lam last night and said that we were going to shoot on location today. Zhang Yuxi's words confused Zhang Yuxi. Dad is busy. After saying this, Zhang Yuxi realized that something was wrong and immediately pursed his lips. Zhang Yuxi knows her husband and the character of this naughty little daughter. It was just a guess before, seeing Zhang Yuxi's evasive eyes. Zhang Yuxi knew that the little girl must have climbed the tree secretly. Her face suddenly sank. You climbed the tree by yourself? Did you tell Dad? Zhang Yuxi lowered her head. Oh, she blew herself up. Zhang Yuxi was very angry and just said, I'll tell you when I get back. Zhang Yuxi stuck out her tongue and said in a flattering voice, Mom, I'm sorry, Zhang Yuxi won't do it again next time. Zhang Yuxi, who played the role of a kind father and a strict mother, just snorted. Zhang Yuxi pitifully said, Mom, look, Zhang Yuxi is injured, so pitiful. Then she started counting, 1, 2, 3, 4. That expression seemed to say, she is the most pitiful child in the world, as if no one loves her. Zhang Yuxi couldn't hold it in. Okay, there won't be a next time. Zhang Yuxi immediately smiled. Thank you, Mom. Zhang Yuxi snorted, Dad is very hardworking. While he is taking care of you, he also hopes that Zhang Yuxi can take care of Dad. Zhang Yuxi nodded heavily. Zhang Yuxi knows. Looking at that expression, Zhang Yuxi felt that this girl just listened with one ear and let it out with the other. This is not the first time. Lin Feng came out of the shower. Why aren't you sleeping yet? Zhang Yuxi quickly returned the phone to Lin Feng and went to bed obediently. Good night, Dad. Lin Feng thought Zhang Yuxi was watching a video on the phone, but he found out after taking it. It turned out to be a video with his family. While wiping his hair, Lin Feng asked Zhang Yuxi if they had breakfast. Zhang Yuxi's stern face showed a touch of tenderness. I have. Have you eaten, husband? Lin Feng nodded. What's wrong? You look bad. Bao smiled. Just now Zhang Yuxi accidentally revealed that he climbed the tree. Thinking of his daughter's reaction just now, Lin Feng suddenly realized. Zhang Yuxi held her forehead and said, if this little treasure falls into my hands one day, I will give her a good beating. She said harsh words. For so many years, from Sabao to Zhang Yuxi, the couple has never touched the child. They just pretended to spank her a few times. Lin Feng smiled and said, Zhang Yuxi is still immature, she will be fine when she grows up. The family chatted for a while and hung up the video. Lin Feng tiptoed to open the door and saw that Zhang Yuxi was already asleep like a little pig. She has obviously lost some weight during this period, which made him feel distressed. The next day, because Zhang Yuxi was injured, there was no need to shoot for the time being. Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi out to play for a day. Zhang Yuxi likes to play the most. After returning to the hotel, Lin Feng checked her wounds and found that they had begun to scar. A week later, Zhang Yuxi's scenes were finally finished. The director, makeup artist and other crew members on the set gave her a lot of toys and delicious food. I hope we can continue to work together next time. When leaving, Kashen was on another set, and the father and daughter went over to say hello. Kashen gave Zhang Yuxi an autograph and took a photo with her. Let's continue to cooperate next time if there is a chance. Zhang Yuxi smiled. Okay. Kashen is Zhang Yuxi's grandfather now, and he touched the top of Zhang Yuxi's head lovingly. It was after 9 o'clock in the evening when they arrived at Yangcheng Airport. Erbao came to pick them up. Mom said she would come, so I asked her to wait at home. Erbao took the bag from Lin Feng, and then said with certainty, Erbao has lost weight recently. Erbao opened the trunk and put everything in it. It's normal. After all, there are some problems with the climate there. Back home, Zhang Yuxi was yawning and watching TV in the living room. When she heard some noise outside, she hurried outside to see. You're back. Zhang Yuxi looked at the sleeping Erbao, and followed Lin Feng upstairs distressedly. He told Erbao, you've worked hard too, go to bed. Lin Feng took off Erbao's shoes and socks gently. Then he changed her into pajamas. Erbao hummed in her mouth, and Lin Feng quickly patted her back. Dad is here, Dad is here. Erbao turned over and fell asleep in a strange posture. Lin Feng covered Erbao with a quilt and raised the fence on the bed. Speaking of this fence, I can't help but think of its installation process. Erbao's bed is very large, and the couple thought that it would definitely not fall off. As a result, they were slapped in the face too quickly. That night, they heard Erbao crying. In order to observe the movement at any time, Lin Feng installed a surveillance camera in Erbao's room. The doors of both rooms were open. As soon as Erbao cried, Lin Feng woke up, and Zhang Yuxi woke up too. The couple hurried over to see. With a dim light, they saw Erbao crying while groping to climb up the bed. Then he rolled a few times and fell asleep humming. The couple looked at each other and laughed unkindly. Erbao's bed was against the wall, and the floor was covered with thick carpets, so he would not be injured even if he fell. Then check the surveillance. Erbao was seen lying on the bed in all kinds of weird positions. It seemed that sleeping with him restricted her development. She rolled around and then rolled off the bed. The next scene was what the couple saw. Raymond Lam edited this video and posted it to the family group. Since then, Raymond Lam installed fences on the other two sides of the bed. Chapter 644, Practice your calligraphy well. After the filming of the drama Erbao was completed, various businesses came to him for endorsements. They all had similar calculations. After the movie was released, Erbao's value would skyrocket, and it was estimated that they would not be able to afford her. Erbao is the spokesperson for the Lin's children's clothing brand, and its sales have also increased by leaps and bounds in recent years. Therefore, Raymond Lam will not let Erbao endorse other children's clothing. She also endorses Erbao's jewelry brand, the Children's Series, and its sales have increased several times in the past few months. Erbao also endorses other dairy products, school bags, school supplies, etc. As an agent, Raymond Lam controls these products one by one to ensure that there are no problems with equality. He is responsible for his own children and for the parents of the children who buy them. Erbao doesn't care about this matter. He is catching up on the homework he missed during this period. He is only in the first grade, and there are not so many academic courses. Children still love to play. As a public figure, Erbao has attracted everyone's attention, and his academic performance is naturally the same. Because his brothers and sisters are all academic masters, they naturally think that Erbao is also an academic master. Thanks to Erbao, everyone knows that Erbao is a poor student. Now, in the school, this matter has spread. Look, today, Teacher Zhao handed out math test papers in the school. Most of the students scored between 90 and 100 points, and the worst score heard so far is 85 points. The papers were handed out one by one, and Erbao didn't care about the test results. But after waiting for a long time, she didn't get her test paper, and couldn't help but look at the paper in the teacher's hand. In the end, only Erbao's test paper was left. Teacher Zhao smiled faintly. Erbao did well this time. Don't leave after class. The teacher has something to ask of you. Everyone believed it. Even Erbao thought that she did well in the test. After class, it was also the last class. Teacher Zhao and other students left school one after another, and then took out Erbao's test paper with a score of 65. Erbao was still quite surprised. She thought she did really well in the test, and she felt that she performed well. Look at this picture. There are 3 monkeys, plus 2 monkeys, and 1 more monkey has left. How did you write 5-2 plus 1? Erbao said with blinking eyes. Teacher, you see the eyes of these 2 monkeys are looking at the other side, which means they are leaving. This monkey's eyes are looking at the 3 monkeys in the middle, which means it is coming over. This picture is very simple. There is a hill with 3 monkeys standing. On the left are two ropes pulling vines, and on the right is a monkey. It's just that the monkey's eyes are drawn differently. Zhang Yuxi's answer was obviously unexpected by teacher Zhao, and he was stunned for a moment. Then he looked at the picture on the test paper, looking left and right, and began to doubt himself. According to Zhang Yuxi's statement, this picture does have several meanings. The eyes of these two little monkeys are leaving the original group. If this is the case, it is 5 and 2. Teacher Zhao nodded. Well, it seems that what you said is right. The teacher will change the score for you. Then, she asked, calculate this problem for the teacher again. Zhang Yuxi realized that he had calculated it wrong. Teacher Zhao told her, go back and write this question 10 times. She asked again, Xiao Ming is 9 years old today. How old will he be in 3 years? Why did you write 15? Xiao Bao said as a matter of course. 3 years later, Xiao Ming may also be 15 years old. It may also be 20 years old. Teacher Zhao was a little confused. She read the question again and found the word later. 3 years later, Xiao Ming's age should be greater than 12 years old. During this period, any number is possible. If the question is, Xiao Ming is 9 years old today. How old will he be in 3 years from now? Children in the first grade don't pick on words too much. Teacher Zhao didn't know whether to say Xiao Bao was smart or stupid. Except for these two questions, the rest of the mistakes were all made by Xiao Bao Mahu. Bao waited outside the school for a while, and only saw Xiao Bao come out after waiting for a long time. Why so late? I was just thinking about calling the teacher to ask. Zhang Yuxi was dejected. My test results today were not ideal, and teacher Zhao asked me to stay to correct the papers. Bao touched her little bald head and said with a smile, it's okay, the results don't mean anything. After comforting Zhang Yuxi for a while, the little guy didn't take the results to heart and went home happily to eat. After Zhang Yuxi left, the teachers who had eaten in the office came back one after another. Teacher Zhao told them about Zhang Yuxi's test paper. It's okay, this little girl has a flexible mind and unique thinking. According to what you said, it seems that 5-2 plus 1 is reasonable. There's nothing wrong with it. This child is just a little careless, but it's actually good. If you change this bad habit of carelessness in the future, it should be better. The Chinese teacher was correcting the test papers. She taught 2 classes and happened to correct Zhang Yuxi's test paper. She exclaimed, wow, I don't need to look at this test paper, I know who it is just by the handwriting. Someone came over and laughed, this must be Zhang Yuxi's test paper. Zhang Yuxi not only has ugly handwriting, but also has a habit that can't be changed. She writes with pencils that are worn out, but she doesn't sharpen them. She can still write even if they are bare. She relies on her family at home and her deskmate to sharpen pencils when she goes out. She has more than 10 pens in her pencil case, and they are all worn out by her. The grid is so big that it can't accommodate her handwriting. The Chinese teacher felt sick after seeing it. This should be deducted, but the handwriting is correct. So, the Chinese teacher deducted 1 point. And sentence making. A sentence is written on the other side of the test paper, which takes up too much space. The Chinese teacher's expression is very wonderful. Look at this, I don't know whether to laugh or not. Zhang Yuxi brought a lot of joy to the office. Several teachers came over and saw that Zhang Yuxi had torn the test paper. She found a piece of paper to write on, and then taped it up. The teachers couldn't help laughing. Zhang Yuxi is better in Chinese than math, but her handwriting is so ugly. Some words with many strokes can be divided into several parts and written in fragments. Some words can be written very compactly, which seems to be written correctly, but not correctly. Words with few strokes can be read, but it still does not prevent Zhang Yuxi from writing ugly. The last question is to write a story based on the picture. Zhang Yuxi only wrote 1 sentence. Today, I took the dog out to catch butterflies and race. It was so fun. There are many text boxes waiting for her to write. The Chinese teacher thought more about it and gave her 8 points. Finally, after correcting Zhang Yuxi's test paper, the Chinese teacher leaned back in her chair. She is a new teacher. She heard from teacher Zhao that the 4 treasures are all academic masters, and Zhang Yuxi must be no bad. I think he is a child who does not need to be bothered. As a result, she corrected the next test paper. Well, the paper is very clean, the handwriting is neat, and the picture-based story is full. In the afternoon, the Chinese test paper was handed out. The Chinese teacher told Zhang Yuxi that next time when writing a story based on the picture, he cannot finish it in one sentence. The time, characters, and place must be written clearly. The Chinese teacher pursed her lips, and the characters, Zhang Yuxi, practice hard and write them more beautifully, okay. This tone was already begging. Zhang Yuxi felt embarrassed. So, she decided to practice her calligraphy well. Zhang Yuxi had this idea. So when she got home in the afternoon, she took the initiative to ask Lin Feng to go to training class. Lin Feng was very surprised and wanted to know what happened today that made Zhang Yuxi make such a big decision. Zhang Yuxi held his chin and imitated the tone of the Chinese teacher. Zhang Yuxi, you should practice your calligraphy. Lin Feng was amused by Zhang Yuxi's cute expression. He sat down and asked, do you really want to write well, or did you decide to practice calligraphy because of the teacher's request? Zhang Yuxi thought about it, both. Lin Feng smiled slightly. Okay, since you've decided, Dad will go find a teacher for you. There is very little homework in the first grade of elementary school, and it is finished in the classroom before school is over. There are still a few hours before going to bed. After the consultation, Lin Feng found a first-grade calligraphy copybook for Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi took out a pencil and copied the copybook on the dining table. Chapter 645, Play with the eldest brother and the fourth brother. Both Yuxi and Zhang Yuxi had to work overtime at night. After the father and daughter had dinner, Zhang Yuxi continued to copy the calligraphy, and he complained of being tired in less than 10 minutes. Lin Feng came over and took a look, and exclaimed, what a guy. In half an hour, he only wrote 4 rows. The only comfort was that the handwriting was readable. After all, it was copying. Zhang Yuxi's expression was like a worker who had worked hard all day, and he said pitifully, Dad, studying is really too tiring. Lin Feng was speechless. Then you should take a break. He didn't complain about being tired during filming, so why did he complain about being tired when doing homework? When Zhang Yuxi heard about taking a break, he cheered, great. After that, Lin Feng took Zhang Yuxi, who looked relieved, upstairs to sleep. Lin Feng adjusted the temperature of the hot water and the bathroom, put clean pajamas next to him, and called Zhang Yuxi over. The same old advice. Don't play with water, wash faster. Be careful if there is water on the ground, call Dad if there is anything. Okay. Lin Feng closed the door, Dad will wait for you outside. Zhang Yuxi hummed. Zhang Yuxi likes bubble baths, so Lin Feng put a lot of bubble beads in it. Zhang Yuxi was having a lot of fun, and Lin Feng knocked on the door and called for a long time, Zhang Yuxi, are you done with the bath? I'll be ready soon. After a while, Lin Feng issued an ultimatum, I'll give you another 10 minutes. Zhang Yuxi cleaned herself up and came out slowly after 15 minutes. Lin Feng saw that her hair was quite wet, so he took out a hair dryer to blow her hair. Dad, I want to go play with my big brother and fourth brother. Lin Feng made her bed, we'll leave this Friday and come back on Sunday night. Zhang Yuxi rolled around happily on the bed. Lin Feng pretended to be serious, go to bed quickly, Mom will come back and see you not sleeping at this time, she will definitely be angry. Zhang Yuxi quickly covered herself with a quilt and blinked her big eyes. Dad, can you coax me to sleep? Facing such a lovely daughter, Lin Feng always responded to her requests. He half lying down, patting Zhang Yuxi's back, go to sleep, Daddy will pat you to sleep. Zhang Yuxi leaned towards her father. Dad, you haven't coaxed Zhang Yuxi out to sleep for a long time. Because Zhang Yuxi has grown up and can sleep by himself. Now that he has grown up, will Dad still love Zhang Yuxi? Of course I love you. You are Dad's sweetheart, and this will never change. In less than 5 minutes, Zhang Yuxi fell asleep. There was a flash of light outside the window, and Lin Feng knew that Zhang Yuxi and the others had returned. He walked out of the room quietly and heard the voices of 3 people. Wow, Dad has warmed up the food. I'm so hungry, I want to eat. Lin Feng went downstairs and saw that the 3 people who were working overtime had already started to eat. Husband, you didn't sleep. Dad, do you want to eat? We just ate. Lin Feng smiled, you guys eat, I've eaten. After putting away Zhang Yuxi's copybooks, the sharp-eyed Yuxi asked, Dad, has Zhang Yuxi started writing on this copybook? This copybook was bought for Zhang Yuxi to practice calligraphy before, and Zhang Yuxi fooled it with a few strokes. They didn't want to force Zhang Yuxi, so they let her do it. Why did she start using the copybook today? Today the teacher said her handwriting is not good, so she asked her to practice. In half an hour, she wrote 4 rows, 8 characters in each row. In total, she wrote 1 character per minute. Well, I think she worked hard. Urbeo laughed while eating. Let her do whatever she wants. She is a little heartless now. When she grows up and finds that her handwriting is ugly, she will probably write well without us telling her. Zhang Yuxi has become a Buddhist. She nodded and felt that what Urbeo said made sense. Lin Feng didn't say anything and ate silently. Before going to bed, Lin Feng went to Xiaobeo's room to check. The quilt was not covered properly. He likes to sleep with the quilt hugged the most. Lin Feng has to check it before going to bed. When he gets up at night, it is about 3 or 4 in the morning. He has to go over to take a look and cover Xiaobeo with a quilt. When he gets up to cook, he has to check it again. There is nothing to worry about in summer, especially in winter. When the weather is cold and the heating is turned on, Xiaobeo has said that his throat is dry and sore several times when he gets up. Lin Feng also put a small humidifier in the room, which makes it better. It was cold in the middle of the night, and Xiaobeo, the silly girl, didn't know how to find a quilt without one. She curled up like a ball. When Lin Feng got up in the middle of the night, he usually didn't cover himself with a quilt. He had the system in hand, so he didn't feel bothered or tired at all to cover Xiaobeo with a quilt in the middle of the night. Zhang Yuxi felt sorry for her husband. Hubby, why don't we move Xiaobeo next door? Next door was a small study, but Lin Feng refused. Seeing that Lin Feng insisted and that she couldn't get up in the middle of the night, Zhang Yuxi was worried for a long time. Later, she found that Lin Feng was in good spirits and was not affected by it, so she didn't say anything. Chapter 646 Going to the capital. On Friday afternoon, Lin Feng and his family went to Beijing. Now that there are Lin Ji, Urbeo and Sibeo in Beijing, it is quite lively. Miffin likes Xiaobeo very much. He always sticks to this little sister and wants to play with her. This time when he went to Beijing, Lin Feng sorted out Xiaobeo's toys, disinfected the toys suitable for Xiaobeo, and gave them to Xiaobeo to play with. Now there are toys made by Urbeo and bought by him, and the price is not low. They all look good, but it would be a pity to throw them away if they are not played with. He donated part of them in the name of Xiaobeo and brought a lot to Miffin. Children grow up very fast, and clothes and toys are the 2 things that are changed most frequently. Just look at the toys that when Xiaobe bought some time ago, but after only 1 day, her son didn't like to play with them anymore. When Xiaobe's family is well off and she has no habit of extravagance. Linji is the same. The couple is very low-key among the people of the same age. Raised the son in poverty and the daughter in wealth. Since childhood, the children have been wearing other children's clothes. Wen's mother was a little dissatisfied and complained that her daughter was too frugal. When Xiaobe explained with a smile, I think this is good. The clothes that other people have worn are soft, and children grow up very quickly, so there is no need to waste money. Besides, look at brother Lin Ji, his family is so rich. What Xiaobeo is wearing is what Urbeo wore when he was a child. These are also what Dabeo and Sibeo wore, and they are clean and tidy. It's not wrong that Rice is wearing their clothes, which has a better meaning. Mother Wen took it and looked at it. It was indeed clean and soft, and then she didn't mention it again. Most of the clothes Xiaobe wears now are the leftovers of Dabeo and his 3 brothers. They arrived at the airport at 9 p.m. Dabeo, Sibeo and Lin Ji drove to pick them up. Sibeo's Hummer is really more and more handsome. Urbeo smacked his lips and said, I will buy one later. Sibeo smiled and said, sure, we can have an off-road race. Lin Feng hugged the confused Xiaobeo and got into Lin Ji's car. Dabeo and Sibeo are here, what are you doing here? Lin Ji smiled and turned off the music in the car, fearing that he would wake up Xiaobeo. Brother, we won't stay in a hotel this time. We'll stay in the old house Xiaobe and I used to live in. Do you want it? Here, this is a blanket. Lin Feng gently wrapped his daughter up. Your sister-in-law and I don't care. We can live anywhere. This year, Lin Ji and his wife moved to a school district house. There are kindergartens and elementary schools here, which is very convenient. The old house had 2 bedrooms. The couple lived in one room and Urbeo lived in another. There was also a small room that they had vacated for Xiaobeo to live in. Urbeo and Sibeo were in the car, and the 2 of them were teasing each other. Dabeo was relatively quiet, talking about work, But Zhang Yuxi was the one who talked the most. Zhang Yuxi's test scores this time are 89 in Chinese and 92 in math. Dabao said with satisfaction, "Well, you did well." Bao smiled. In the whole class, many people scored 100 in both subjects. Only a few scored more than 80 in Chinese, and almost all of them scored more than 95 in math. Dabao's car followed Lin Ji and asked with concern, "Are you sad?" Bao looked at the scenery outside the window. "I was sad for a while, but after it comforted, I was full of confidence again." Dabao smiled and thought Zhang Yuxi was so cute. When they arrived at their residence and were about to go to sleep, Zhang Yuxi woke up. He yawned and asked, "Are we there yet?" He looked closely and saw Dabao and Sibao, and he immediately became energetic. Big brother, fourth brother. It seemed that they couldn't leave for a while, so they stayed to play with Zhang Yuxi. Lin Ji sat for a while and saw that it was almost time to go home. When it was 11:30, Lin Feng urged Zhang Yuxi to go to bed. Zhang Yuxi shook his head. "No, as soon as I fall asleep, big brother and fourth brother will leave." Sibao smiled and said, "We won't leave." Zhang Yuxi was half believing and half doubting. "Really?" Sibao lay down on the sofa. "Fourth brother will sleep here today." Zhang Yuxi frowned. "This sofa is too small." Sibao smiled. "It's okay, there's enough room." Dabao picked up Zhang Yuxi. "We won't leave tonight. Zhang Yuxi, go to bed, it's already late." Zhang Yuxi looked at the bed. "You guys sleep in my bed, I'll squeeze in with mom and dad." There was only one bed and a small cabinet in this room. Because it was used as a crib, the bed was very large. Zhang Yuxi slid off the bed, ran over and picked up Sibao. "Let's go." Sibao was puzzled. "Where are we going?" Zhang Yuxi pointed to the bed. "You and big brother will sleep here." Sibao was amused by Zhang Yuxi's commanding tone. "Then where will you sleep?" "I'll sleep with mom and dad." Zhang Yuxi nodded heavily. "Okay, it's decided happily. I'm going to bed. Good night, brothers." He walked a few steps and turned back. "Don't go, I'll get up to check at night." Dabao smiled slightly. "No, go to bed." Zhang Yuxi thought about them so much, it's not appropriate to leave at night. After getting the promise, Zhang Yuxi happily went to find your parents and be a light bulb tonight. Sibao yawned. "Brother, do you sleep inside or outside?" Dabao got up and took off his long coat. His figure was straight and slender. "I can do it." Sibao said, "Then I'll sleep inside." After the two of them washed up, they came back and saw Zhang Yuxi looking at them with the door open. Sibao yawned again. "Go to bed, we have to sleep too." Dabao waved and said good night. Zhang Yuxi smiled sweetly. "Good night." Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi were almost lying down, and Zhang Yuxi came in and said he would sleep with him. The couple looked at each other. Zhang Yuxi silently pulled the collar of her clothes and patted the middle. "Come on, sleep." Zhang Yuxi had just laid down when he heard movement outside. Uneasy, he opened the door and peeked, just in time to see Dabao and Sibao coming out of the shower. "Since the brothers have promised you, they will definitely not lie to you. Go to sleep." Zhang Yuxi yawned, got into a comfortable position, and put his legs on Zhang Yuxi's belly. Lin Feng moved his legs on himself. "Mom will feel uncomfortable like this, put them on daddy." Zhang Yuxi tilted his head and asked, "Will daddy feel uncomfortable?" Lin Feng smiled slightly. "Dad doesn't feel uncomfortable." Zhang Yuxi smiled and moved his feet. "Go to sleep." Chapter 647. There are only two kinds of women. The next morning, Lin Feng got up early to make breakfast. Lin Ji prepared a lot of things in the refrigerator, and there was everything ready in the kitchen. He was busy in the kitchen, and Zhang Yuxi woke up, rubbed his eyes, and went to the room to see if Dabao and Sibao were there. Sibao was still sleeping soundly, and Dabao had always been a very self-disciplined person. He had packed up and was ready to go to the kitchen to help. "Get up, come on, brother will take you to brush your teeth." "Okay." Dabao squeezed the toothpaste and connected the water. Zhang Yuxi was drowsy while brushing her teeth. Dabao washed her face and found a comb to comb Zhang Yuxi's hair. Bao also got up at this time. "Zhang Yuxi, good morning, big brother." Dabao's movements were a bit clumsy, and he pulled Zhang Yuxi's hair several times, hurting it, and he didn't dare to continue. "You came at the right time, here." Bao sat down with a smile. "Okay." Zhang Yuxi has a lot of hair, and his hair is black and smooth, and Bao likes it very much. When he has nothing to do, He will study some new hairstyles and make various hairstyles for Zhang Yuxi. After a while, Zhang Yuxi had 2 unique braids, which were very beautiful. Zhang Yuxi's bangs were also arranged, and Yuxi looked very satisfied. Haha, today is another beautiful day for Zhang Yuxi. Zhang Yuxi laughed and went to wake up Yuxi. Yuxi planned to grow her hair long during this period. It is said that a woman's mood changes when she changes her hairstyle. She was in a good mood today, sat on the sofa, and made a hairstyle for herself. Not bad, not bad. At first glance, I look like a 15 or 16-year-old girl, very good. Then she went to the kitchen and asked happily, "Dad, big brother, what do you think of my hairstyle? Does it look good?" Lin Feng turned his head and praised his daughter sincerely. "It looks good." Dabao nodded, "It suits you very well." Yuxi smiled. Who would have thought that Dabao would say the next sentence, "If she doesn't smile, she's pretty. When she smiles, she looks a little more silly." Yuxi sighed, "My brother has become more discerning since he started working. Is there a beauty in the company? Hey, is she your girlfriend?" Dabao calmly retracted his gaze. "There's a beauty, but she's not my girlfriend. I don't like her." Yuxi became interested. If Dabao can call her a beauty, she must be good looking. "Brother, let me ask you, how beautiful is that beauty? Compared to me and Sanmei, how about it?" Dabao served the rice. "You are the most beautiful." Yuxi waved his hand impatiently. "No filter, I want the real answer." Dabao said seriously, "You are the most beautiful." Yuxi pouted and lost interest immediately. Her brother saw that the female members of the family were all wearing filter glasses, and no one could compare to them. The cause of this has to start with an advertising banquet that Sanbao attended. At that time, the event also included the top beauties in the entertainment industry, socialites, models, and talented women. As soon as she debuted, she shocked the entertainment industry with her beauty. Even Sanbao said so. So far, besides Zhang Yuxi, she is the only one who can compete with her in terms of looks. Yuxi is very attracted to her looks, and Sanbao also said that she is beautiful. Slightly more beautiful than Yuxi, a little worse than Sanbao. As a result, only Dabao said, "She looks okay, but far worse than you." This sentence was said to Yuxi. It was also from that time that Dabao saw only 2 kinds of women. One is his sister, and the other is not his sister. My God, his sister is a fairy from heaven, and her beauty is unmatched. Others, they all look okay. As for how they are okay, his answer is always, just like that. Yuxi felt that he had asked in vain, and obediently took the meal to the dining room. Lin Feng went to call Zhang Yuxi. Who is the queen in their family? It must be their mother. Zhang Yuxi changed her clothes, tidied up and left the room, waiting for her now. Even Sanbao got up, which made her embarrassed. "Yuxi, your hairstyle looks good, and Zhang Yuxi's is also good." Yuxi smiled, "Why don't you get one too, and dress up later? You'll look like an 18-year-old girl." Zhang Yuxi smiled, "You're the only one who's talkative, and I'm already an old man." Yuxi raised her eyebrows, "But you look super young, not old at all." Zhang Yuxi reminded her, "Eat quickly, and after we finish eating, we'll go see the rice." Zhang Yuxi cheered, "I want to see the rice, I like playing with him the most." Zhang Yuxi held her forehead, "Dabao, don't feed her, she's already in the 1st grade." Dabao put down the spoon and chose to pick up food for Zhang Yuxi. "Eat quickly." At the end of the meal, Zhang Yuxi pretended to say that he was full for fun. Lin Feng didn't know her little abacus. "Let's go after we finish eating." Zhang Yuxi pouted, "But Dad, Zhang Yuxi is full." Lin Feng said lightly, "You know Dad doesn't like people lying." Zhang Yuxi's mouth was so curled that it could hang a lantern, but he didn't say anything and continued to eat reluctantly. "Come, brother will feed you. Big brother is the best." Little Bao quickly grinned. Lin Feng sighed heavily and got up to pack up. In the kitchen, Yuxi and Sanbao washed the dishes together. Yuxi was teasing Sanbao, saying that whether he had a girlfriend or not was the most important thing. Sanbao raised his eyebrows, "If I have a girlfriend, I will definitely tell you guys the first time." Yuxi chuckled, "Do you have a girl you like?" Sanbao looked proud, "I don't have a girl I like, but there are so many girls who like me." Yuxi patted him, "Then you can't do anything reckless. If you dare to be a scumbag, I will be the first to not forgive you." Sanbao looked scared, "How dare I, and am I such a person as your brother?" Yuxi hummed, "Not the best." After that, He went out. After a while, he brought Xiaobao's bowl and chopsticks. After Xiaobao finished eating, the family set off to Lin Ji's house. Lin Ji's family of 3 went out to buy vegetables early in the morning, and when Xiaobao's parents also came at noon. They just came back from shopping when Lin Feng and his family arrived. "Brother, you're here, why do you bring a gift? It's so polite." Xiaobao rushed in first. "Rice, rice." Rice ran out of the house, calling sister in a baby voice, which made Xiaobao very happy. "What kind of toy is this? Can I play with it for a while?" "Yes." "What is this food? Is it delicious?" "It's delicious, sister will eat it." "This is so cute, can sister play with it for a while?" "Yes." The two of them were having a lot of fun in the children's room, and the fourth treasure also went to join in the fun. The second treasure also went over to play with Rice's toys and read his picture books. In the living room, Lin Ji entertained them. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi visited their new house, which has 3 bedrooms, 2 living rooms and 2 bathrooms, and is well decorated. This house was bought second-hand and is 80% new. In a place like Beijing, the price of buying a house is very high, not to mention that this is a school district house. The surrounding facilities are mature, and there are no new houses to buy, so only second-hand houses can be bought. If nothing unexpected happens, everyone will live here when they go to Rice Middle School. Passing by the children's room, seeing Sabao and Erbao fighting over an Ultraman book like children, Lin Feng and his wife shook their heads helplessly. These two are just like children when they are together. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 648. You don't understand our fun. Lin Ji's kitchen is pretty good, and it is decorated very carefully. Because when Xiaoya gave up her job for her children, she plans to be a full-time mother until the children go to school. Moreover, now Lin Ji is very careful in preparing all the 3 meals a day at home. Originally a young lady who never had to do housework, now she knows everything for her children and husband. She is busy in the kitchen, and Lin Ji helps her, directing him to do this and that. Zhang Yuxi came to help, but was pushed out by Wen Xiaoya. "Sister-in-law, you are a guest. Today I will let you taste my cooking skills." After a while, Lin Feng came, and Lin Ji also pushed him out. Then, he closed the kitchen door. Lin Feng's family of 6, and later Wen Xiaoya's parents, plus him and his wife. There are more than 10 people cooking, and I don't know how long they will be busy. Xiaobao played with the rice for a while, and then ran to watch TV. The little guy clung to Xiaobao and followed with his short legs. "Sister, Xiaobao wants to watch too." Xiaobao patted the seat beside him. "Come here, sister." Sibao and Erbao became the 2 guardians on the left and right, accompanying Xiaobao to watch cartoons. They have always been tactless, eating snacks and giggling. "Haha, it's interesting, now children's cartoons are so funny." Sibao pouted. "That's because your sense of humor is too low." Yo, do you know what a sense of humor is? Who are you looking down on? What's wrong with looking down on you? What's wrong? Do you want to make a gesture? The 2 siblings have a good relationship, they just talked nonsense and didn't quarrel. But Miffin didn't know, and he was anxious. Don't quarrel, don't quarrel." Xiaobao coaxed him. "No quarrel, they just spoke a little louder, and their relationship is good." Sibao also hurried to coax. "That's right, we didn't quarrel." While talking, they hugged each other to show their feelings. Miffin was relieved. "Then don't speak so loudly." The 2 hurriedly said that there was no problem. Sibao found a few picture books under the coffee table. When he opened them, he found hidden pictures. In a picture, marked the designated pictures, such as water cups, cakes, etc. It's quite interesting. Sibao called Erbao to play together. "Let's have a competition." Erbao came over and said, "Come on." The 2 of them played enthusiastically, attracting Xiaobao to join in. Miffin also shouted, "I want to play too." "Xiaobao sister, I want to play too. Come on." Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng were talking on the balcony. Dabao went to the kitchen to help, but was kicked out again. So Dabao took out his notebook and got busy. Suddenly, Xiaobao's expression was a little wrong, and his face turned red. He went to find his parents. Lin Feng followed him. What's wrong with Miffin? Miffin shook his butt. I want to poop. When Lin Feng went to the bathroom just now, he saw the children's toilet and took Miffin to the toilet. Erbao, Sibao and Zaya Abao were all concentrating on participating in the competition and didn't pay much attention to Miffin. Lin Feng took off his underwear and put the toilet away. Rice is small but very proud. Go out, I need to poop. It will be very smelly. Lin Feng smiled. Then I'll wait for you outside the door. Call uncle after you go to the toilet, okay? Rice nodded, okay. Dabao wanted to come over to the toilet. Don't go, Rice is going to the toilet inside. Go to another toilet. In less than 5 minutes, Rice finished the toilet and Lin Feng came over. Wash Rice's butt and empty the toilet. The little guy was embarrassed and said shyly, thank you, uncle. Lin Feng smiled, go out and play. Then he ran to the living room. Here, the first one to finish looking was Erbao. I won, haha, continue later. Sibao also finished looking, only Zaya Abao was looking for a toothbrush. Where's the toothbrush? Toothbrush. Sibao came over to take a look. Let me look. In the end, Erbao found it. Dabao came out. Let me play a game too. Wow, he just started looking and he found it in seconds. His expression seemed to say, that's it? What's so fun about this? Erbao waved his hand. You don't understand our fun. Sibao responded, that's right. Zaya Abao admired, big brother, you are so amazing, how can you find it so quickly? Dabao blinked, because it's very simple. Miffin looked at Dabao with admiration. At this moment, Wen Zaya's parents came over. After everyone greeted each other, Wen's mother went to the kitchen to help. It's almost done. Well, we can have dinner soon. Linji, go get the new dishes and chopsticks from the cabinet and wash them. Mom, go clean up the dining room. This is for Miffin, take it over and let him eat first. Wen's mother was relieved and a little distressed that her daughter was becoming more and more capable. But her daughter was very happy, and Linji was also family-oriented and capable, so she was sincerely happy for her daughter. It's time to eat. The dining table could accommodate 10 people, and Wen's mother stood up. You eat, I'll go feed Miffin. Come on, Miffin, it's time to eat. A few stools were added, and everyone sat down one after another. After the last dish was served, Wen Zaya wiped her hands. Well, my cooking skills can't compare with my elder brother's. They are just some home-cooked dishes. If they are not delicious, it's a pity. Zhang Yuxi smiled. Stop talking like that. You have worked hard all morning. Come and eat. Linji brought a bottle of good wine. Brother, Dad, do you want to drink? Wen's father asked Lin Feng, how about a small cup? Lin Feng usually doesn't drink. Listen to uncle. Linji also poured himself a small cup. Here. Wen Xiaoy's cooking skills must be far inferior to Lin Feng's master level. But the thought is the most important. They rarely tasted Wen Xiaoy's cooking, but they think it tastes good. After dinner, everyone went shopping together in the afternoon. Beijing has changed a lot in the past few years. Lin Feng can hardly recognize it. Go shopping in the mall, the amusement park. In the evening, Lin Ji said he would treat Lin Feng and others to dinner. I will invite Dabao's teachers to dinner tonight, and meet them by the way. Tomorrow night, Teacher Kiao will introduce Sibao's teacher, and we will also meet him. There are only 2 days in total, and tonight and tomorrow are fully scheduled. Linji nodded, okay, then I'll take Erbao and the others to dinner when you are free. The table has been reserved, and it is a famous restaurant in Beijing. The 3 teachers that Dabao went to pick up are also his mentors at his current job. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi were dressed more formally, and stood up to greet the 3 big guys. They are real big guys, and they are all well-known figures in the country. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi are very respectful to the 3. The 3 of them are dressed simply and their words and deeds are very casual. One of them said with a smile, next time you come, we will invite you to time-honored restaurant. Time-honored, the taste is authentic, you will definitely like it. Chapter 649 3 Teachers. At the dinner table, everyone was chatting very well. The 3 teachers spoke highly of Dabao's talent and said he was a pillar of society. After the meal, Zhang Yuxi went to the bathroom on the pretext of going to the bathroom to settle the bill. Lin Feng took out the gifts he prepared for the 3 teachers. An authentic landscape painting from a certain dynasty. A small can of Wuxian tea, and a sum of startup capital. The 3 teachers waved their hands and refused, saying they didn't want anything. It is their mission and honor to cultivate talents and ensure that science and technology have successors. Xiao is the most talented child I have ever seen. The three of us will do our best to cultivate him. We don't ask for anything else, but only hope that he can become a pillar of society. We are all old, and money is just a thing outside of our body. If we can find a successor, we will be content to die. Keep all these and use them where they are needed. We can just drink boiled water. After listening to this, Lin Feng's words were more sincere than before. Don't think too much, the three of you. This is a little token of my appreciation for you. I have no other intentions. I got this landscape painting by accident. I am a layman. I don't know how to appreciate it and its value. Instead of that, why not give it to someone who knows it? I see that you know these things, so I'll give it to you. You have the final say on how to deal with it. As for this tea, it's also a little token of my appreciation. I don't like tea, and no one in my family knows how to taste tea. It's a pity to waste it, and I don't know how to make it, so I'll just give it to someone who knows tea. As for the startup capital, Dabao mentioned to me before that he wanted to develop his own project, but he is still young, and the funds won't come down for a while. He is impatient, and I, as a parent, am also anxious. I can't help with other things, but I still have money. Dabao told me that he can't complete this project alone, and he needs your help. Isn't this? Lin Feng's words were sincere, and the three teachers agreed after they couldn't refuse. In fact, talents like Dabao are scrambled for everywhere. They also fought with their peers and finally got the person. For such a person, parents don't have to do anything at all, because the child is motivated enough. The family sent the three elderly people to the car and then took the car back. It was almost 10 o'clock. I wonder if Dabao and the others have returned. Facing a teacher like Dabao, Lin Feng couldn't help but respect him. This is the real boss, the pillar of the country. On the way back, Lin Feng said to Dabao, who was driving with emotion, Dabao, Daddy can't support you much, but Daddy has money. If you need money in the future, tell Daddy. Dabao smiled slightly. Okay. Zhang Yuxi called Dabao and said that everyone was back and was coaxing Dabao to sleep. Don't play, I'll go back and see Dabao is still awake. Tell her that she needs to spank. After hanging up the phone, Zhang Yuxi looked at the neon lights outside the window. I don't know if it's because I'm old, I like to reminisce about the past when I have nothing to do. I remember the first time I came to Beijing. Lin Ji was admitted to Peking University, and his family came to send him to school. He also did an internship here for a month. At that time, he rented a house and left Lin Feng to take care of the four treasures. The second time he came, he should have come to see Lin Ji and bring the four treasures to see this famous school. When was the third time? Was Lin Ji getting married? Lin Feng turned his head and saw Zhang Yuxi staring out the window in a daze. He held her hand and asked, "What are you thinking about?" Zhang Yuxi smiled, thinking back to the past. It feels like time has passed so quickly. Lin Feng smiled, that's right. When they got home, the couple made a bet. Zhang Yuxi said that Dabao was not asleep. Lin Feng said that Dabao must have fallen asleep. It was already 10:30 when they got home, and Dabao had already lain down. Dabao came to open the door. Is Dabao asleep? He has been asleep for a long time. He is in the master bedroom with Ermini. Dabao washed and went to bed. When the couple entered the room, they saw Dabao and Dabao both sleeping next to each other. Zhang Yuxi walked over gently. Dabao. Dabao opened his eyes and glanced at Dabao beside him. Mom, you are back. Zhang Yuxi nodded and whispered, you should go to bed soon. Dabao picked up his phone and went out. Mom, I'm going to bed. You and Dad should clean up and go to bed early. Zhang Yuxi nodded. I know. You should go to bed early too. Lin Feng came out of the bathroom. Dabao is gone? See what I said? Dabao fell asleep, right? Zhang Yuxi smiled. Yes, my husband is right. In the car, Dabao's three teachers gathered together. I didn't expect this child's parents to look so young. If I tell anyone, I guess no one would believe that they are father and son. They are worth a lot of money, but they are different from those rich people. No wonder they can raise a child like Xiao. All four children have a bright future. I heard that the youngest is working with a big Hollywood star. If you don't watch movies, you won't understand these things. In recent years, one of his children has started a free live broadcast education program, focusing on the third year of junior high school and the third year of high school. It's amazing. Haha, I know this. Many children have been admitted to their favorite universities thanks to them. That's right. Oh, let me see this tea. I can smell the fragrance through the jar. This tea, when I was young, I got 1 or 2 taels. This small jar. You can't have it just because you have money. By the way, he said the investment project. Did he say how much money to invest? Well, according to the project Zhang said, it would cost at least 10 billion to support it. The next day. They came to Dabao's workplace, and non-staff members were not allowed to enter. The family went to Dabao's dormitory to take a look. The single room has very good accommodation conditions. The male dormitory is occupied by top students from all over the country. Dabao's room is very clean and everything is neatly arranged. The food in the cafeteria has dishes from all over the country, which are cheap and large in quantity, and taste good. Lin Feng wanted Dabao to rent a house outside before, but later found that this place was too remote, so he gave up. Every time they video chat, I don't know if it's a psychological effect, but I always feel that Dabao has lost some weight. Now, Lin Feng is relieved. I'll send you whatever you want to eat later. If you can't get used to the food here, take time to go back home. It won't take much time. If it doesn't work, go to Lin Ji's place to eat. Buy whatever you want and cook it at their house. Dabao looked at the handsome man in front of him. The years have left no trace on his face. He has silently paid too much for this family and for his children. Dad, I will take good care of myself and won't be wronged. Lin Feng nodded. Well, if there is anything when you are away from home, just ask me if I can do it. Dabao never let him worry since he was a child. Everything was arranged in an orderly manner, and he was also very good at taking care of people. When they left, Dabao stayed to work. 10 billion was given to Dabao to do project research. On the process side, Lin Feng's lawyer came back to discuss the formalities with the person in charge. Then, we went to see Sibao's place. After college, Sibao joined the national team and became a professional athlete. Facing the heartless Sibao, Lin Feng was still relieved. Chapter 650 Dabao's girlfriend? Since he started living on campus, Dabao relied on his thick skin and sweet mouth to eat and drink at the coach's house. He ate so much that he was fat and healthy. This time he joined the national team and lived in Beijing. Dabao has lost some weight, but Sibao has gained a lot of weight. The training ground is very, very large, and sunny athletes can be seen everywhere. The family members are all very good looking. As long as you are not blind, you can see that Zhang Yuxi and Lin Feng are a couple. The two walked side by side, talking and laughing, and talked about the reason why Sibao became an athlete. This has to start with the event held by the school. Sibao held Dabao and trotted on the track, shaking her and laughing. Dabao followed behind, with a youthful and beautiful back, a beautiful face, and a unique temperament. All the boys and girls passing by would frequently look at them. While drinking milk, Dabao smiled at the good-looking boys passing by, and they were fascinated by them. After visiting with Sibao, I have to say that the training ground here is really big. Arriving at the office, the family met with Sibao's 2 teachers and agreed on a place for dinner in the evening. Then they went to Sibao's small apartment. This small apartment is more than 30 square meters, with 1 bedroom, 1 living room, 1 kitchen and 1 bathroom, and it was allocated. With Sibao's current performance, this is what he deserves. During this period, Sibao started other projects in his spare time and is now training. It seems that in the field of sports, as long as Sibao wants, there is nothing he can't do. Now in the Olympics, Sibao has won the championship in the project for an unknown period of time. Over time, he has not had much interest in the field he is good at. He wants to challenge other things, such as table tennis, badminton, etc. The room is very messy, with smelly socks and dirty clothes scattered around. When I opened the door, the smell was really hard to describe. Zhang Yuxi didn't want to go in at the door, and said to her son, Sibao, can you spare some time to clean the room? Sibao stood at the door and said awkwardly, well, wait for me, you can go in after I finish cleaning. It will be quick, just 5 minutes. Lin Feng knew what Sibao looked like, and followed him into the house. Sibao hurriedly said, Dad, don't come in yet, lest you get stinky. Fortunately, it's cold now. If it's hot, the smell will be even more sour. Lin Feng snorted, I've smelled your stinky poop when you were a kid, and the sweaty smell in high school. He helped clean up, and Bao came over too. Bao and Zhang Yuxi stood at the door, with indescribable expressions. Mainly dirty clothes and garbage. The 30-square-meter room was cleaned up in a few seconds, and the window was opened for fresh air, and the feeling of chest tightness instantly felt much better. Bao and Zhang Yuxi then went into the house. She was worried about Bao being like this, so that she could find a girlfriend. Bao sat on the sofa, do whatever you want. Bao beside him rolled his eyes in laughter, and felt something pressing against him. He turned his head and took out a shoe from behind the pillow on the sofa. Bao quickly snatched it and put it in the shoe cabinet. Lin Feng opened the refrigerator, which was full of drinks, checked the pots and pans, and walked out slowly. Bao, have you been eating out all day? Bao nodded, yeah, the food I cook is not delicious, so I go to other restaurants. Dad, don't worry about this, I will find a way to fill your stomach and you won't be hungry. Lin Feng frowned, Dad will find you an auntie, let her cook whatever you want to eat, and clean up your room by the way. Bao was embarrassed. He quickly refused, Dad, I'm already so old, I can arrange these things by myself, don't worry about it. And I have money, I can just ask the aunt to come. Lin Feng just said, okay, you clean up the house, if you do this again next time, I will pack them all up and throw them out. The family rarely saw Lin Feng angry, nor did they see him say anything harsh. It was a light sentence, but it carried a sense of oppression. Bao's smiling face gradually became serious. Knowing that he made Lin Feng angry this time, Dad, I will definitely clean up the house next time. Lin Feng hummed, we will make video calls next time, I will check it. Bao nodded, Taking advantage of the time to be alone with Lin Feng, Zhang Yuxi asked softly, Husband, were you too strict with Bao just now? Lin Feng watered the flowers on the balcony. Bao is a good kid, but his ability to take care of himself is too poor, which indirectly shows that he has poor control in this aspect of life. But he likes to make friends, so it's okay if he meets someone with a good temperament. If he meets someone with some ulterior motives, Bao will easily fall into the hands of the other party. He is now grown up, capable, and financially qualified, and he is also a celebrity. Now the media promotes him as a positive public figure. You say, if he doesn't handle his life well, what will he say in the future? Children will always grow up one day, and Bao is a little heartless. Lin Feng is very worried about him. He has communicated with a teacher many times in private, hoping to keep a closer eye on Bao. People with messy private lives may not be able to go far in the future. After listening to Lin Feng's words, Zhang Yuxi suddenly realized, my husband is right. Bao is different from Bao. He is simple-minded and doesn't have any twists and turns. This is certainly a good quality, but also a weapon. Bao was washing clothes, and Bao was chatting with him with his arms folded. Dad is angry today. You should be more careful next time. If you can't do it, find an aunt. You need to find a reliable person. It's best to find one through your teacher. This doghouse, if it weren't for you being my brother, I would have left long ago, not to mention coming in. Bao sorted out his clothes, okay, I got it. Bao reminded him, you have to do it when you know it. Bao pursed his lips and finally said, okay, I'll find an aunt to come over then. Bao smiled, okay, come to clean up on the 1st, 3rd, and 5th, and ask her to come and cook you whatever you want to eat. You don't clean up yourself and don't eat well. We are all worried about you. Bao nodded, got it. Bao hung clothes with Bao, and Bao came over. While eating potato chips she found in the drawer, she brought a bed sheet over. 4th brother, I brought a bed sheet for you. Bao said thank you. They just cleaned it a little before, but this time the family cleaned the whole house. After cleaning up, go to the hotel to wait for his teacher. They had a very happy meal. They were all generous people and praised Bao highly. After dinner, Lin Feng returned to Lin Ji's old house. At Bao's strong request, Bao and Bao also slept here at night. In the community downstairs, I happened to meet Bao at the entrance of the supermarket. There was also a beautiful girl with outstanding appearance and a beautiful smile. Bao, who saw it first, widened his eyes and quickly interrupted Bao, who was about to call for help. No, let's take a look first. Hurry, hide quickly. Bao was confused, and Xiaobao and his arms looked curiously in the direction of Dabao. Lin Feng and Zhang Yuxi, who got off the car last, saw them acting sneakily and were confused. What are you doing? End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.